What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. We are live with the very last game of T5S2 Season 4. This is the Pod 30 Finals. We have I think a bit of a finals staple over here, I think appropriately. Drukhari, played by Mr. Prospero, a.k.a. the other Zach, who has been a finals, repeat finals player over the course of the season. We've seen a couple games from Zach so far, and they've all been good. He's been really tearing it up with a couple versions of Eldari, including Drukhari, both the thick, seedy, and traditional builds, as well as some Harlequins. I think we saw some Craft World Eldar from him as well, so a lot of Eldari play coming out of the other Zach, but I think appropriately for a faction that's been tearing it up all season, having Drukhari in this final game here. And then versus, I mean, my very favorite faction. So I have to be pretty excited that these guys made it to yet another finals game. This is CMob 208, aka
shocking everyone.
Chris, I think is his name, which is, I mean, that makes sense. That's appropriate. Playing Tyranids, the old Crusher Stampede. We have a good old Crusher Stampede list going on over here. Chat. Prediction is up for those who want to bet some channel points on this last game. Throw those channel points in there. And I'm psyched for this matchup, chat. Now, not the least because I think it's actually very good for Tyranids. We've seen it a couple times on the stream so far. I don't know if we've commentated this match quite yet, but we have. I have played it a couple times, and it's pretty good for Tyranids, I think. But that said, we can't really count the Drukhari out, especially with how powerful they are in one of these center table focused missions like we are playing right now. This is sweep and clear, 5 objectives on the table with locking objectives. So if you hold them at the start of your turn, then you will hold them until your opponent takes them. And that direct assault secondary objective, the faction or the mission-specific secondary, giving 3 points for holding the center of the table, means that Drukhari, with their very straightforward game plan, can be very advantaged in this matchup. Although we have seen some non-standard play, kind of putting the screws to Drukhari a little bit. Yesterday, we watched sort of off-the-wall Chaos Soup list, including Emperor's Children with Khorne Chaos Demons, really give Drukhari a run for their money. Very close game. Highly recommend giving a look at that one. If you want to see some Chaos Space Marines ripping some Drukhari up, that's a good one for it. But the sheer efficiency of Drukhari ended up winning out. Let's see if they can do that today against the hyper resilience of the Tyranids in the Crusher Stampede Army of Renown. And let's talk about some lists while we're here. Let's talk about the Drukhari list first. Other Zach's thick suity build as the players go through their deployment. He is in the red here, obviously. I don't know if I mentioned colors. This is going to be a patrol detachment, coming out of Out to the Flesh for that -1 damage on everything. That's bringing 3 units of Raxa Homunculus with Master Regenerist to heal 3 wounds rather than just the D3. That guy does have the Animus Vitae, which allows it's a grenade that will deal D3 mortal wounds and allow him to advance the power from pain level by 1 for the remainder of the turn. Gives you if your opponent's a little bit too aggressive, you can get a turn 1 advance and charge off of your opponent, which is kind of cool. We have a big unit of racks in that one, it should be noted. 18 racks. Hot damn. That's a big one, as well as 2 units of 5. 2 units of Talos, 3 Talos apiece in that detachment. It's followed up by a second patrol detachment, this one coming out of Dark Technomancers for the +1 to wound and +1 damage on ranged weapons in exchange for taking mortal wounds on 1s to hit. But it turns out if you don't roll a hit, that doesn't matter. So we do have a bunch of Chronos in that detachment. So 2 units of 3 Chronos. Not something we see every day, because the Chronos tend to be the #1 target, and especially in a Tyranids matchup like this. The resilience of the Artists of the Flesh detachment really sort of discounts a lot of Tyranid ranged attacks. Especially things like Hive Guard and Hieroduals. You do have Side Turtles here, though, so that they're not going to matter so much. But those are essentially halving half damage, means that they don't get to do much damage. Although, if you do take the Chronos in the Dark Technomancer's detachment, they obviously do not have access to that -1 damage, which means that they are the first target for a lot of these ranged attacks. And a lot of factions will just end up ripping those guys off the table immediately. It does mean that they pull some heat from your Talos, but you would really rather have the -1 damage guys taking the heat, because those guys are the most resilient, so your opponent's attacks are going to be less effective. Although we do see some aggressive positioning out of Zach in this deployment phase, and I do like this. He's leading with these Dark Technomancer Chronos. Not only is that going to give him a little bit of access to some flame throwing if things get a little bit too dicey, or a little bit too aggressive, but also it means that if the Tyranids want to Alpha Strike, if they end up going first and they want to hit hard initially, they may have to be putting their melee attacks into the Chronos, which is not quite as efficient as it would be, or it doesn't worry so much about the -1 damage that the Talos would have, which means that you're not losing quite as much resilience essentially in taking the attacks on the Chronos rather than the Talos. So I do not hate this aggressive positioning out of the Chronos on Zach's side. We also have, important to note, we have another unit of Rax in that detachment as well as Drazar. He is the Warlord with Eternal Hatred, so he is going to be getting those full rerolls. Last but certainly not least, we have a patrol detachment coming out of Cabal of the Black Heart. That's bringing the classic Splinter Genius and Ancient Evil Archon with the Jin Blade. Classic Archon build to give some fight last to the remainder of the army. That's also bringing a Court of the Archon just for some efficient wounds in there. 4 Slith, 4 Ghouls in that detachment. Or in that unit, excuse me. Another unit of Rax in that detachment, as well as a Raider to keep some of those Blackheart models around. Good stuff. All good stuff. And importantly, we do have access to that Agents of Vect in this matchup, which means that they could potentially be vecting a Relentless Flurry for Exploding Sixes, perhaps. Maybe vect a Breaking Through for the extra mortal wounds. There's a lot of good 1 CP stratagems that Tyranids would like to use, but any one of them being Agents of Vected could bleed them a lot of CP over the course of the game. All right. Well, we've talked about Drukhari a lot over the course of the season. Let's talk about Tyranids. We've talked about Tyranids a little bit, more recently for sure. But I am excited to, every time I see these Crusher Stampede lists on the table. So let's get into it. This is a single battalion detachment coming out of High Fleet Leviathan to get access to that sweet, sweet Leviathan supplement. Also with the Crusher Stampede Army of Renown in there. So restricting everything to being non-swarm and at least 3 wounds. Which means we're locked into only taking Tyranid Warriors essentially for our troops section. We have a Hive Tyrant. This is kind of a support Hive Tyrant bringing a heavy Venom Cannon alongside Monstrous Rending Claws, and the Resonance Barb for +1 to cast and an additional cast, so it can Smite, cast Onslaught, and Catalyst, all at +1, and deny an additional time thanks to that Resonance Barb relic. Very classic supporty Hive Tyrant, although interesting that we do see the heavy Venom Cannon on that guy. Gives him a little bit of long-range hitting power. It is a Strength 9 EP2 weapon. Shoots D3 times. Unfortunately, it's a blast weapon, so it can't fire if the Hive Tyrant gets engaged in melee. But 36-inch range for 3 damage is it's fine. It's just totally okay. We also have the Swarm Lord, importantly, and a Malanthrope, which is probably the most off the wall inclusion in this list. Malanthrope bringing that 6-inch -1 to hit aura, but unlike Venomthropes, it is the same ability, so they don't stack with Venomthropes, but it does not require 3 models in order to affect monsters, which means that as long as the Malanthrope is around, it's going to be affecting the monsters. Downside of Venomthropes is that, they can be targeted. The Malanthrope is a character who's below 10 wounds, so he is untargetable. But, on top of that, if you kill one of the Venomthropes, they no longer affect the big stompy boys. Malanthrope doesn't have that problem. The downside is the Malanthrope is 150 points. It doesn't do anything else. He does have some situational rerolls he can dole out when you kill people near him, but that's about all he's got going for him. But with the new High Fleet Leviathan supplement, you can just use him to be your reroll caddy. Might have to nudge that Hyrule there. There you go. Good job. You can use him to be your reroll caddy. You can give him strategic adaptation as well as Alpha Leader Beast, in order to give a Tyranid infantry unit within 9 inches full rerolls, like a Chapter Master. And that does give the Malanthrope something to do. besides just sit there and give that -1 to hit aura. While he's giving the -1 hit aura, he can be babysitting Hive Guard or Warriors or any of your infantry units. Unfortunately, he can't affect the big monsters with those rerolls, but he will be just giving it to the Hive Guard probably. We have 3 units of Tyranid Warriors, all just with Scything Talons and Bioweapon Bond. 66 points per unit. What a steal for a +1 to hit attached to a troops option. Seems good. 1 unit of 6 Hive Guard. These guys are upgraded with enhanced resistance to ignore AP1 and AP2. Not going to be the biggest deal in this matchup, but a lot of indirect fire does cap out at AP2, which means that it does make them significantly more resilient to indirect fire, alongside having cover typically, if you're able to keep them sort of out of harm's way. We have the single Lictor to get some secondary objectives, as well as all the big stompy boys. We have 1 Demacaron, 2 Tyranids. This is a loadout that I like particularly. I've been playing that combination of monsters recently, and I very much appreciate it. I think the 1 Demacaron is kind of the sweet spot. It gives you something to do if you go first, then you can just rocket that dude across the table, jumping over walls. But if you go second, it's not the end of the world. If you play 3 Demacarons, sometimes you can't hide them all. You go second, they get shot. It's all bad. But the 1 Demacaron, you can put him in reserve, you can keep him out of the way, or you just lose him, and it's not the end of the world. The 2 Tyranids help shore up the list against some infantry, and especially Drukhari infantry, little racks and stuff, going to get absolutely vaporized by that bioacid spray. But also just having a 3d6 auto-hitting weapon is pretty good in the age where almost everything has damage reduction, because it's a bunch of one damage plinks. So the Hyrule actually can chip damage into more heavily armored targets relatively efficiently. It is AP2, and if they need to, they can give it +1 damage with Pathogenic Slime. But it's overall a very good weapon. Last but not least, we have a well, actually, probably is least. We have a Harpy. With heavy Venom Cannons. This is the 2nd day in a row we've been commentating Harpies with heavy Venom Cannons. Love it. Absolutely love it. Get that an additional set of those 3 damage shots. You can give them +1 to hit from the Tyranid Warriors, which shores up their pretty garbage ballistic skill. And they're good at getting secondaries. They can contest objectives because they do count as 12 models for controlling objectives as long as they're full wounds. And they can break through on stuff. They can go in and deal a bunch of mortal wounds. Then maybe explode, deal more mortal wounds with animated by the Hive Mind. It's all good. Except the points cost, usually. But you know what? They've been doing okay this weekend, so it'd be interesting to see how they do in this matchup. Hopefully, maybe we see Drazar get out a little bit too close to the back, and then Harpy just jumps over breakthroughs and kills him. That would be my hope. I want to see the Harpy blow up Drazar. Hope Chance with me.
Are you done?
Yep, I'm done.
How are we doing on that prediction, chat? Oh, almost split down the middle. 4.4 for Tyranids, 4.6 for Drukhari. I should have put some points in, because I think I'm in on Tyranids this time. I think Tyranids are advantaged in the matchup, for sure. Although the additional racks, this big unit of racks, is actually going to hurt them quite a bit. The one weakness of the Tyranid list tends to be objective secured, because while the monsters do count as a bunch of models for holding objectives, they don't actually have objective secured unless you give them Hive Mind Imperative in the command phase, which means they can have objectives stolen from them, and it also is a pretty hefty CP bleed, and that is a good one. If we see an Agent's Effect go down, that would probably be the #1 stratagem that I would, if I were Zach in this situation, that I would be looking to hit with that Agent's Effect to make that 2 CP instead of 1. Because that means that you can't just do it with your command phase Battleforge CP that you get every turn. That's oftentimes where Tyranid CP goes late game, is you just start Hive Mind Imperating whatever you need to in order to get your 45 primary points. But if you can't do that because it's 2 CP, it's a little bit tougher. And you end up having to spend or save CP on your more offensive stratagems as well. So as we're getting into the start of the game, hope everyone had a good weekend. Anybody play any games? Anybody get some gaming in? I know we're back to, now that the holidays are over, we're back to more regularly scheduled events. I was watching some War Games live streams today. It was a fun time. Looked like some good 40K was happening.
So I guess I'll
Wonderful.
I don't know how to pause the clock, actually.
No, I think it's paused, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right. What did you say your name was, by the way?
Chris, yeah.
Good to meet you, Chris.
And
I am Zach.
Cool. Good to meet you again. Yeah, I think we played once a while ago.
I think you're right. Forgive me for not remembering the name.
Well, yeah, no worries. I think you scorched me. I had a bunch of Gene Stealers, I think.
Well, if it helps, I was playing a pretty OP army, and I still am. But it's less OP than it used to be, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how these guys get into
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Cool. Have fun, my friend. I will go ahead and roll for first turn, yeah?
Yep, sounds good.
Wonderful. Withdraw. I rolled a 2.
Drukhari with a 2. First turn is going to be a big deal here. Tyranids to the 5.
Higher than 2. Go for it.
Boom. Tyranids getting first turn. Yeah, that is a big deal in this matchup. Not only is that going to give both players the first opportunity to score Stranglehold and Direct Assault, without their opponent being able to contest that center objective, so you almost automatically get 6 points off the bat, and especially for Tyranids that have so many mobility options. We do have Chris has placed this cheeky little lictor down here. Look at this little guy. He's a little sly little lictor. He's ready to just jump over to objective 4, potentially with a double move, and grab that objective super quickly if those Tyranid warriors aren't going to be able to get in there. Move 9 on lictors means they're very good at running over and grabbing those. We also have the Harpy, which, while being a flyer, is not actually an aircraft, so it can actually hang back. It's not obligated to move 20 inches, and it can actually hold objectives also. So being able to jump on whichever objective it wants to and put 12 potentially objective secured models on it means that the Tyranids have easy access to that. Now, almost what I'd like to see here is, I think maybe we might be angling to put the Scythe Tyranids into the center, but I almost would like to see the Lictor moved to objective 3 to just run that dude up. We also have strategic adaptation, so we have a potential redeploy actually, which is what we might be angling for, or what we might be thinking out here for the Tyranid player. You can just jump the Lictor right in front, grab objective 3 with him. Then use a double move to get the Tyranid Warriors to objective 4. Maybe the Tyranid Warriors and the Harpy to hold that down for a turn. That gives you your Stranglehold, and it means that you don't have to commit your objective secured or your big monsters to the middle to get charged.
Yeah, I think this Hyrule is going to want to redeploy it to here.
So some aggressive redeploys from the Hyruduls. Now, interestingly, we don't have Grotesques in Zach's army, which are a pretty big game changer, especially with the list focusing on those Chronos Flamers so much. Those Flamers aren't going to... I mean, they're still going to be able to chew through the Tyranids eventually, but they aren't 2 damage against the Crusher Stampede monsters, since they'll be -1 damage. So that is unfortunate for them, and those Grotesques do tend to help with the amount of mortal wounds they can do, especially with the amount of just raw attacks that they generate alongside Torturer's Craft. Grotesques oftentimes end up being kind of the anchor in the matchup, but without those, we're just relying on the Talos. And the Racks. I guess Racks are... well, they're okay. They are poisoned with an AP value, so it's probably fine. They can also deal a bunch of damage to Tyranid monsters.
Yeah, so let me do this.
Some warriors. And you can redeploy 3 things?
Just 2.
Cool.
I guess I could throw a Lictor in the middle also. I have to get something that's interesting, actually.
Yeah, it looks like Chris maybe considering the Lictor play.
Sorry, so if you don't mind, I'm going to just...
Yeah, of course.
Like we said, the weakness of the Tyranid list tends to be objective secured. So, being able to deliver a Lictor into the middle and save your warriors for later is a very big deal. Because your objective secured units are almost more valuable than your big monsters in a Crusher Stampede list.
Okay, sounds good. So I'll be to redeploy and then start my turn. command phase. So we'll do +1 hit on the 2 higher duels.
Sounds great.
And then we'll do +1 hit on the hive guard.
Sounds great.
So I almost wonder if we maybe see just an engagement across the breadth of the Drukhari army here. We maybe go for a relatively long bomb charge with this Hyrule. They do move 12 inches. So that looks like it might be a 6 or so inch charge into the Kronos unit. And then maybe a double move on this Hyrule to get it all the can get enough flamer attacks. And if we're not going for the double move, then we can potentially flamer attack. We could hit those racks pretty hard as well. Because getting rid of those objective security units is also just as valuable as preserving your own for the Crusher Stampede player.
6, and then that's 7.2, so 0.8 more.
Yep, I think you got an inch.
So that, and then this guy. Alright, Lictor's just going to advance.
So there goes the Lictor to the middle.
So I'm sending it back here.
That's it. The Lictors are scoring 6 points right there. What a boss that little dude is.
Alright, so there's Happy wants to go either here. What's Draz's move?
Draz's move 7. He's been eating a couple of donuts. He's not as fast as the other guys.
Yeah.
It's all that heavy armor. It's that 2+
I
armor
that one,
save.
so Harpy's gonna fly.
Weighs him down.
I don't think I'll be able to drop any bombs. Fly over here.
So with that big rack unit, I almost wonder if
the Harpy's not aircraft, right?
No, not aircraft. So yeah, he can hold objectives.
Just a speedy boy.
I almost wonder if Chris is kicking himself a little bit for not having
He doesn't have the last one hit either, right?
those barb stranglers. That'd be pretty nice to max the 12-shot blast weapons into the acolytes or into the racks. Excuse me.
Okay,
It does get +1 to hit as well if you're shooting at a large unit.
Oops, I got which one was gonna do this. I guess that's pretty safe. So another couple inches to be safe. Do that. We'll advance Swarmlord for 5.
Look at the swarmy. This guy's on the Hero, right?
That's on hard, yeah.
So, Chad, do you think we dive with the Daymacra on this turn? And if so, how many paint engines do we think get killed? There's a non-zero chance both Kronos units get killed, right? But to be fair, like we talked about, the Kronos are probably the least valuable units in the Drukhari army, which is a little funny considering how terrifying they are in a lot of matchups. But in this particular matchup, because their flamers aren't anything special, there isn't a lot of stuff for them to trigger their healing off of.
He's a floaty boy.
They're mostly here to kill hordes, or particularly aggressive vehicles without damage reduction. And unfortunately, the damage reduction on the Tyranid side of the table is going to make that pretty hard.
Not sure much what good it is. I mean, I shoot a little bit.
You got some, yeah, you got some stuff at the Talus.
Yeah, tell us a decent guns.
Let's be here, I guess.
A couple of poison guns off the court, I guess.
Suppressing buffs. Suppressing buffs and shoot something like this. Come right here. That gun's pretty much gonna stay. I guess I'll just shuffle. There's one shot, make sure his tail's not looking out. Okay, Hacker will stay. I'll advance with his back wing of warriors next to the Hacker. 2, so we're on 8. Here. These guys are happy. These guys will just move up this way. Okay, I think that is movement. Phase. All right. Let's see. Our shots are going down to those guys. Try to go here. All right. So let's start with Hive Tyrant will smite.
Smite away.
Barrels, nice. Yeah, I think I'll CP that.
Perfect start to the game, chat.
Seems like a thing to do.
Come out of the gate swinging with a big old double ones.
Although, sorry, I'm going to CP that. No, I'm actually not going to CP that.
He's going to take it in the face.
I'll take
Smite
the D3.
himself.
If only we had a nice adaptive biology in there, that would have been actually a sick perils to start the game with. But yeah, keeping the CP reroll for probably an onslaught if we need it, since that advance and charge is so powerful.
Let's just go off on a 7. Section these.
And Catalyst is the feel no pain, right?
Yeah, it's a 5 no pain. I think we're gonna put it on this guy here. And then we're going to go over Swarmlord. Just going to cast the 4 Emblem power.
Sounds good.
Which goes up on 6.
Yeah, you're so mean
I
to
think
Psychers.
we were going
They don't deserve this kind of hate.
I think I'll split these.
They're poor, hardworking
just kind of make them both a
magicians,
little more
okay?
tanky. Then we'll do the D3 attacks power. That goes off. Let me just roll the D3 right now, see who.
I think it happens in the fight phase, or does it happen now?
I think I roll it now just to see how many it is, and then it lasts for the rest of the, like, till my next psychic phase.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's 2 extra. So I'll put it on.
I'm just going to write a 2.
Yeah,
2.
This guy here.
A good average number of extra attacks.
Cool, much of it for psychic. Shooting. Put the hydro up here into these those guys. That's one, right? One big squad.
Yep, one unit.
Purple Sun.
Number shots.
Agreed, chat. F Purple Sun.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad this game doesn't have a Purple Sun in it.
Neon breeze. Okay.
Boom.
So 8, and I'll pass to you just for saves.
Big 15
Sounds
shot flamer.
good. These are 6-up saves. And then 5 of Philippines.
Yep. So
Pick off
5 damage.
5.
Yeah, starting to burn that big unit of racks
I
down.
guess starting here. 1,
Like we said, getting rid of
2,
your opponent's objectives here is
3,
super important
4,
for Crusher Stampede.
5.
So whittling that unit down makes a ton of sense.
We're going to do the Harpy into the front unit of Kronos here.
So have you into the Chronos? Sounds good.
And let me see if the Stinger Salvos reach the... Yeah, so we'll put Stinger Salvos into the racks, and then the big guns into the Kronos.
Okay.
So 2d3 shots.
Oh god.
Okay. Hitting
Just
on
rolling mad for a
4s.
number of shots today.
Wounding on Grease. Okay, and those are -2.
Okay. 5 up saves then. Saves 1.
Okay.
Damage
3 goes
3.
down. 3 goes down to 2, yeah.
They're not -1 damage.
Oh, they're not -1. Okay, so 3. Sorry.
Philippines. 3 damage.
Okay.
Good job, Harpy.
I guess I'll put on some.
Proud of you, buddy.
So we'll do the Hive Tyranids, the same guys. D3 shots. 4, 3. Wow. Okay. Go on high on the shots here. 3s to hit. 3s to wound. 2 wounds.
AP.
-2.
Cool. Build and bolt. Damage.
It's the same gun, so 3 damage again. So 6 total.
Sounds good. Takes 3 damage. Back to you. Out of 1.
Did we forget the singer?
Okay,
We did forget the stinger, chat.
Hive Guard are gonna go into the Raider.
Cool.
I'm gonna spend 1 CP here to
Did we roll the stinger on the Harpy?
Oh, good call.
right in, yeah, thanks. Yep.
Here you go, chat.
These are into the racks.
Call out.
I always forget that because it's never done anything for me, but it might into racks. So,
You kill a rack, kill 2, maybe?
yeah. 2 hits and then your T5 or
T5.
It is
Yeah,
awkward
these are
because
forwards.
you do
Yeah,
have
there
to
you
resolve
go.
those attacks if you get there.
okay.
Can't change the past, as they say.
Technically,
Okay, so yeah, so we're
technically-
spending CP for exploding 6s on the Hive Guard into the Raider.
Sounds good.
2s, 1s, 2 explosions, and then Breeze. So that's 9 saves.
5 up saves. Take 5.
Sounds good. And I'm just gonna roll a few at a time here in case I want to reroll one. So that's 5 damage.
5 damage. 6, 7 damage.
That should be good here.
8 damage.
I think that's fine.
5 damage.
1 down.
Does he explode? He does explode. What a tragedy. What an unmitigated tragedy. He'll
Oof.
hit
Oh,
everything except for these guys.
so knock the Raider
And
out.
see those guys.
And then an explosion
And
is
see
going to
those
be
guys over
brutal.
there.
It potentially kills a Kronos. Oh no.
So on to the front Kronos. Does
Actually,
2 damage.
hilariously,
Fill the
they
pains.
make that Psi Tyranids charge a little tough.
Ooh, get some lag there. Hello. Oh, there we go. Dupe feels 1 pain, kills that 1 Kronos. Does he explode? No, just dead. And then on to the racks. 2. How do they do? A rack dies. Kill this rack. On to the Talos. The yellow Talos. 1 die. 1 wound, which they feel. Other Talos. 2 wounds, which they feel. We'll do this guy down here. 1, 2, and 1. And then I think these guys over here. 2. And they lose 2 guys.
It would be sad if I were to open. So that it looks like a
Then
6
does your
CP
Kronos
reroll.
explode, the one that dies?
So I think
Does
it's
it
I already
explode?
rolled it.
Okay, cool.
He's fine.
Okay. So this how
Oh, no, still on me. I have to disembark now.
yeah, sorry, yeah.
Shoot. And we'll get some guys out. Where to go? Got an Archon, got a Dressar. I think 3 inches covers almost all this. So put the verticals out in front. Yeah, basically right there. Cool. Double check that they are within 3. It seems great. Yep. Put you out there. And then roll 10 dice. Ones are bad. Get a 1. And a Slith will bite it. Here's the Slith. Sure.
So it feels bad losing a 3-1
Kaboom.
model to destroy transport, but them's the breaks.
Okay,
That's the danger of joining a Court of the Archon.
Okay. Cool. We'll double move this hierarchical down here. 7 plus 4.3.
So putting the second Hyrule in instead of the Demacaron. Interesting move. I think we're probably trying to save the Demacaron to hit Talos.
First.
Since the Hyrules don't quite break Talos as well as the Macarons do.
Actually.
That said, their Flamer is a little bit... It's important to be knocking out racks with the Flamer. So you losing that Flamer early could be problematic. You have killed a lot of racks so far, though. So looks like I think we're contemplating a double move. Or a double shoot, excuse me?
No, I think we want double shoot. So we'll just
double tap from the Hive Guard. They do tend to deal... They're only really good at killing the Chronos, and if the plan is to charge 2 Hyrules into Chronos...
We'll do the Catalyst guy will go into the Chronos. Okay.
So you could save the CP for that.
Sounds good.
Well, let's start with the bottom guy, actually.
The close guy?
Yeah,
We'll Overwatch him.
Yep, sounds good.
All right.
I'm going to see if I gain a CP from the Overwatch. I do.
Devastating. All right. We got Flamers, which were overcharging, and Blast Guns, which were not overcharging. Flamers, number of shots.
So the overcharge doesn't work in an Overwatch. You have to be selected to shoot.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned this to me.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots.
Yep.
And we're shooting wounding on 5s.
Okay.
This many saves, AP2.
Sorry, you said 5s? Or is it 4s?
Oh, yeah, you're right. 5s. I've still forgotten.
82, so 4 of them.
What do you, I suppose?
2 go through.
Sounds good. And then back to me, I suppose. Blast Guns.
1 damage each, right?
Yep, 1 damage each. After your -1 damage. They shoot 9 shots. And they're hitting on 6s. And winning on 5.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of technology that
Over to you.
Zach likes to put into his lists that not a lot of Drukhari players take, is actually taking those the Spirit Vortex assault weapons on the Chronos. Gives him a relatively reasonable threat for 8 inches plus an advance plus 18, so 26, 30-ish inches of a pretty decent ranged attack. Strength 5 AP1, but the blast keyword on it does make it so that it's good at affecting large numbers of infantry, and that can be something that the Thick City has trouble with. Especially, Tyranid lists like using Devour Termagants, for example, or lists using a lot of body-blocking screens can make it very difficult for it's relatively slow-moving Drukhari list like this style of list to advance forward. And getting 6 additional blast weapons in your army on those Chronos does help a lot at getting rid of that. certainly helps in the Tyranid matchups where Devour Termagants are in play, because you can really push those units back. A single activation of a Cronus unit firing at those models will oftentimes mitigate the damage of an entire unit.
All right.
So it looks like crushing
Nice.
through on this Cronus unit. Just pawing it for 6.
Alrighty.
Or does it? Ooh, for 5. Yikes.
Take
Take
5
that.
damage. Take it on this guy.
Okay.
Good old breaking through.
Hydrodual top will go in. I think that failed. Let's check.
5? I think a 5, but I think you need a 6.
6, yeah. So there's CP.
Uh-oh.
Sounds good.
Dr. Deets. It might be happening. See if the CP reroll gets that Hyrule in. Yay, a big 10.
That'll do it.
Seems fine.
And new characters.
We got there.
I guess I want to avoid the. Well, do I care?
Now, the thing to remember here, chat, is that we are in Animus Vitae range. So, we are going to be bumping up our power from pain an additional pip this coming turn, I imagine. Which means that we do have potential for advancing and charging, especially on the racks on the Talos in the back line here. So we could, for example, do stuff like get the rack unit to advance up here and then charge to get it onto Objective 2. And we can also advance and charge the red unit of racks into the Lictor, assuming they don't get touched by anything, which seems unlikely. Which is probably the more important instance
I'll
of
start.
advancing and charging there.
Go for it.
Especially if you wrap that Lictor, if you only attack with one model and then give it a tri-point, it's actually not very good. Because Tyranids are hoping for those Flamers and Hive Guard to be able to clear out a lot of the racks. And if you can't do that, it's a little awkward.
Is also not. There's a guy there too. So you probably... do that in this way. Oh yeah, okay, we'll just go with that. So, do
All right.
one. Okay, and then these are 2s. Okay, so that's 5.
Your strength 10.
Strength 10 plus 1 to wound.
Plus 1 to wound. Yeah, that'll do it. Cool. AP?
AP 3.
Alright, well, I'm lagging out, but in a second here. Oh, there you go. 6s. Nope. Damage.
Alright, first one is 5 damage.
Alright, so I'll just use these dice real quick.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll count out 4 more damage.
So I take 3.
Yeah, so it kills that one, I think. Right?
Yep. Actually, it still does he explode real quick? No, he's good.
And the next 2 will be on the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 6 plus 5, so 11.
11, sounds good. Field of Banes. He takes certainly enough. Does he explode?
Good.
Did we forget
Nope.
the +1 damage off of the...
We'll kill one of these guys. We'll kill
+1 to wound strat?
this guy.
Okay, and then 2 more on the last guy.
See if it matters here. I don't think it has so far.
Another 11.
Okay.
Sounds good. He will also die.
Didn't matter. Who cares?
And he doesn't explode.
Get slapped. Hot damn. All right. Good job, Hyrule. Proud of you, buddy.
Okay, so this guy up here, I need plus 1 hit, extra attacks. I think I'll... These guys move. These move 7. I can't stop that from getting here.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to. Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to touch the racks in the center with any of these higher duels right now, because if you do, they do get to pile and consolidate, and they could potentially touch the objective in the middle with somebody. So you want to stay outside of an inch of 1 inch of them, because that could steal your stranglehold plus direct assault away.
Yes, this guy I will spend 1 to reroll.
Pretty big
here.
swing.
5.
Not really something that you want to give up this early.
Thing on 2s, 3 on 1s. Wounding on 3s. Oh, I forgot the +1 damage on the last guy too, actually. This should have been more damage.
Well, he killed him dead.
Doesn't matter, yeah. Okay, there's 8 saves, -3.
Good job, Hyrule.
6 up saves.
Oh my god. These
Damage.
Tyranids just went to town on these Chronos. Holy crap.
You have a guy at 7? That's the first guy?
See ya.
They're both at full.
Yeah, that's all right. So first 2 are at, I'll move these out of the way. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Sounds good. 9.
Yeah.
I think that'll get him exactly. Does he explode? No.
Okay, and there's 5 more on the last guy.
Just 5 more D3 plus 3 wounds on that guy.
I mean, unless you want to. I don't.
He'll be
he can die. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure he's dead, but yeah, go whatever. Yeah, if you want to pull him, that's fine.
Yeah, just take like 26.
Yeah, I'll just pull it. It's fine. Look, if you want to calculate it, you can. If it would bring you joy to do this. Let's see if he explodes. He's good.
Bye. Well, there you go.
Cool.
I think pretty good turn coming out of the gate from Tyranids. We should. I think there's a significant chance, barring some good saving throws here, significant chance that we see the side Tyranids getting taken out this coming turn. At least one of them will go down. We have spread the buffs out pretty effectively between the two. The wounded one that took the Overwatch here does have its at 4+ a vulnerable save active. The other one has Catalyst. So they are both. They're going to be roughly equivalent defensively. This one has lost 2 wounds. I imagine at least one of them goes down to the combined Heat Lances plus punching of the Talos. Looks like a couple of racks falling, running away in the morale phase as well. But also Drazhar coming in here to really ruin stuff. But now that we're committed into the heart of the Drukhari army, it is going to be pretty brutal. The counterattack. It's a lot of poison weapons. We got a fight last active from the Archon, so we don't have to quite worry about interrupts hurting too bad. And a lot of big punchy gauntlets right there with access to full rerolls, which is going to be pretty hurty.
These guys will do some walking. I guess command phase, I don't think there's anything going on. Yeah, literally nothing. Where's the button? Boop. These guys will do some meandering. Boop.
Like we talked about as well, chat. I mean, like, killing 6 Chronos on turn 1, it's very good, but it is also important to remember that the Chronos are the least important models in the Drukhari army in this matchup. Because they are very bad at fighting high duels. They're just terrible at it. It's that there's a reason that that other Zach led with the Chronos.
I guess you can't be within 1 inch of that guy.
Which is that he's not quite as worried about losing those to the Alpha Strike. He would much rather lose Chronos to the Alpha Strike than lose the Talos unit, which is why they were up in front. So, while, it is a lot of damage, I don't think other Zach is too unhappy about this trade because he is going to be getting probably both the side Tyranids for it. Or at least most of both of the side Tyranids.
I think he can go right there. Yeah, is he on top of that rack? He is.
I think he is on top of him.
So we'll scooch him a little bit. Where's 1 inch? Oop. Hello. Oh, there we go.
TTS being very laggy today. We did have some technical issues to work out before the game, so that might be why we're getting these lag spikes.
No, that is aggravating. So you have to figure it out. I think it's too close. Yep, too close. We'll just go on this side of this rack. Oop. He's about to charge, so I guess it doesn't super matter. And then he's got to walk over here. And he'll walk over here, wherever 8 allows him for. There we go. And we'll get these bros. They'll walk over this way. Little rod this table quarter. I'll just do a little X for a rod. Get there. And then we'll have some other guys move. These guys go ahead and walk their 7. And we'll have the Court of the Archon move around. Go there 8. Move a Homunculus is 7. Although, I'm just going to hold off on moving him just because the racks are going to be in the way otherwise. Wherever you were, right there. Let's move the racks first, otherwise I have to measure kind of around him in a really awkward way, and I don't want to have to do that. So we got some racks moving, 7 inches.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised here if we see a charge from the characters from behind the wall to get around that Overwatch of the Hyrule. We can...
does the Lictor, when you spend the stratagem to make him OBSEC, does he get 4 models worth of OBSEC, or
no? He just gets 1. Yeah, just the monsters have the multiple ones.
The multiple ones, cool.
Yep.
So that'll give us Fight Last and the Hyrule on the bottom here, and it looks like both Talos units
over here.
are going to be allocating, angling into the Hyrule at the top.
Kind of get generally out of the way.
The Talos are going to match up better into
7.
the Hyrule with the Invulnerable save, the buffed Invulnerable save, rather than the Catalyst, because they're going to be hoping for a lot of damage out of their Ichor injectors, which Catalyst can mitigate, but the damage reduction and the Invuln save can't, obviously.
Over here. And over there. Yep. And we've done it. We moved our models. No reserves yet. So we're on to the Psychic phase. Sweet Psychic phase. Shooting phase. I'll shoot a couple of shots. Start with the Archon. We'll shoot his Splinter pistol at that side. Hyrule.
I guess we're going to
be... to meet your maker. Phew. Hits.
We're going to be starting the charges with the Archon, I guess, instead of hiding behind the wall because he is bodyguarded by the Slith.
No AP.
That is a better plan than charging through the wall.
And then we'll do the Slith team. They'll shoot their 3-6-9 shots.
See how Goddard, other snack, picked up both Telemons in one turn with 6 to the 6
Blackheart reroll.
Hot damn!
Poison 4 up.
That is brutal.
No AP.
Yes.
Blink.
Made 1, so he takes 1.
This is
17.
Splinter carbines slowly but surely getting there.
Yep, me. Yep. Okie doke. And then Crossroad has no guns. This homunculus will shoot, I suppose, this guy with his better pistol. What's it called? Stinger pistol. Gotta love that. It's on a 2. I believe it wounds on a 2. Being extra poisony. If that'll go through.
Stinger pistol's a gun in
thinking about it.
Battlefront.
Try another one.
Clearly, he stole his gun from
I
Battlefront.
can move it. Drop it in again. Oh, there you go. No AP.
No AP so yet. That's good.
Sounds great. And then we'll go ahead and have this team of Tella shoot that side Hyrule with their 6 shots. Pow. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
5 up Invuln, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 4 up, yeah. We made it, yeah.
Yep, he's good to go.
Good.
And then back to me. Oh, yep, you got it. And this team will also shoot that guy. Same
So
guy.
you're shooting the Catalyst guy or the...
This guy over here.
Right, yeah, cool.
And then they hit on 4s. And then they wound on 4s. 1 more save.
4 up save. He's good.
Curses. Okay. Well, that was disappointing. And then there is this one special weapon, which will shoot, I suppose, this guy over here.
I don't think you. Oh yeah, you can see him. Yeah.
I don't think you're not blocked by the thingamajig. It's on 3. It wounds on a 2. Fails to wound. Well, that was terrible. Cool. That's all we got.
Yikes.
So we'll charge some stuff then.
All right. Yeah, hoping for some work out of this heat.
Great question.
Yikes.
We'll charge the Archon into this guy first.
Archon to this guy.
If you're,
yeah,
he's protected by a bodyguard.
Oh, so I can't overwatch him?
Yeah, not him specifically.
Okay.
He'll try and charge. Going 8. He'll end up probably around here-ish. Right there. And then we'll send in the Drazar, Master of all Drazes. Blue, there we go. It's going 6. He'll chill out right over here.
Yeah.
Send in the core to the Archon.
Yeah.
We're going
Yeah,
11.
I don't know what the narrative there is, chat. The Hyrule like about to spray the Archon down with his enormous like acid excretions, and the Slith like wave their hands, distract him. They're like, no, look at us. Don't attack the tiny elf. Attack the equally tiny snake man.
Yeah, looks good. Definitely good. I stole your token.
Yeah, I think we may not be worried about getting the advance in charge off this early. I think I would have liked it to see the Rax get farther up the table and potentially hit that Lictor, but we might be saving it to activate. I don't know what else. Activate +1 to hit a turn earlier, I guess, next turn. Because those Talos do have a hit penalty on their melee weapons, so getting the +1 to hit earlier may make a difference.
This guy here.
Okay, and there's the 7 or 8. There's
57.
7. No, I will not overwatch.
Cool. Yarge. They got 2, which luckily is still enough, but still, not a lot.
Right spot to roll 2 in.
Yeah, right. If you have to roll a 2, I'll roll it there.
And what I will get happening?
Over here. I guess you just need to not base here, so you can get your half an inch when the time comes.
Yeah.
When the time
Yeah, the
comes.
Slith are just running the other direction from the Archon with like road flares, just regular old road flares. Guys, Tyranids' vision is based on movement, so just stay very still, and it won't be able to overwatch you. That's why the Archon had to get so close, so it didn't have to move when it charged. You heard it here first.
So I just need to get them there, like 0.6 right here.
Or if it's actually not possible.
What do you say?
I'm just trying to figure out if there's actually a way to do it, or if it's not
I
possible.
think just get him a little bit closer and he'll do it.
This guy might be able to get a little more towards the wall. Yeah.
That shoot right there should do it. If he goes right.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, because when I try and press the T key to put him all the way down, it blocks him on the rocks. Either way, he'll go here. Get in there over the rock. Sounds great. And I guess end up basing the hero duel. There we go. It's like 0.3. And then we'll put in this guy. He's 2 inches. Line up over here, I suppose.
Okay.
And then we'll charge with these guys into the same hero duel. They're going at 9. Let's move these real quick.
Yeah, so we're going to use these guys to slingshot off and get onto Directive 2 now.
Sounds great. Oop. Oh, the lag is very annoying. At that point. Here. Need 2 inches, which is right there. Sounds great. And then we'll do the other Tele squad in there.
Okay.
Going for 6. 6. Although, actually, coherency may be an issue, because this guy can't fly over this thing, so he ends up right over here. And you end up over here. So 2 inches from you is out over here.
You not fly over? I thought you could fly over miles.
Oh yeah, over models. You're right. Yeah, so he's fine. Not over terrain, but he can end up right here, and they can have a party and chill out.
Gonna give the camera a little bit of a reset here, chat.
If I'm forgetting anyone,
slow.
oh yes, this other rack squad. They will, I suppose, charge this guy. Boop.
Okay.
And they go with a 9.
Big tar pit.
So I'd really like to see a wrap on that Lictor, to be honest, chat. You can body block it a lot of the other monsters.
We want to leave some guys around here.
Make it so you don't need a hive guard shot in the next coming turn.
Yeah.
But I guess we are just trying to roll a bunch of poison attacks into the Hyrule Duel, which does make sense.
Yeah, fist. And where's my random gun? Random gun will be this one. Sounds great. Okay, let's do some combat. Archon will make this side Hyrule fight last.
All right.
No surprises there.
How about this? This auto explode that's about to happen here, chat.
That means no interrupt, right? It's like the ineligible.
Yep, no interrupt. That's right. It's an activation codex. Oh, I suppose we want the homunculus in there. We'll get the homunculus charging this random side Hyrule.
How many mortal wounds is that? Probably not the homunculus, right? But 1, 2, 3. Oh, here he is in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 mortals? Yeah.
Okay.
He's not going to die now.
Talos.
Just to spite us.
We'll pile in over here. Well, they must stay where they are.
15 mortals is probably worth 1 CP, right, chat? Is that right?
It would be kind of nice to be within
Would
this
you spend
aura.
1 CP for 15 mortal wounds?
So
I would.
Piling this way. Oh, God. DDS, no! Okay.
Mr. Tunin, yeah, this is
And we need 2 inches.
the last game of T5S2 Season 4.
Like that.
We're celebrating the end of the
And
season.
it's coming over here.
Everybody get your
And
drinks
punching
ready.
time.
We did put, for those interested,
Right, 3 acre injectors.
we did put
Guess I'll do them one at a time.
test
Acre
maps
injector
for
one.
Season 5
Hits.
on
And the other one misses.
have started to
Let's
go
spend a
up
CP
in
and reroll that
the,
one.
the Discord
One
server.
hits, and the last one misses. They always disappoint. There's some lag. And then their mortal wounds are good for 5 mortal wounds. And then they do their punchy fists. 1, 2. Hitting on 4s. Ooh, not amazing. And then wounding on 4s. A little bit better. Couple of wounds. AP 3, I think. Yeah, well, that worked out.
And there are
3 damage down to 2 each.
Okay. So you still have 3 ones left.
Sounds good. Do you want to interrupt?
No.
Cool. I think we'll just move on to these Talos. Yeah, I guess we'll just do those there Talos, and they'll make their attacks. They have a couple of Ichor Injectors. Which
So
all
we are
miss.
bottom bracketed on the Hyrule Duel. But he has
They
plus
should
1
be
to
more
hit, so
reliable
still
than
hits
they
on
are, but
4s.
they struggle.
I might have
Hitting
been
on 4s with the fists.
convinced to
Good for air
interrupt
either,
with
but
this Hyrule
we'll
to get
try and
the
get through.
attack.
Only need a couple damage. 3 saves.
These are on the 4 pendulum guy, right?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Yeah, the Season 5 maps are
3 damage each down to 2.
mostly US Open layout, with some changes,
Cool.
depending on the mission.
So your Ichor Injectors, they didn't do anything on the K?
What?
Did nothing with the mortal wounds on the K?
No, they all missed.
Yeah, that's right. Cool.
Ugh. Did we leave this guy on one
cool.
for real?
And then back to me. And we'll fight with these racks.
Okay, we got the racks. The racks have to kill the
Because of the
Hyrule.
terror of letting him live, we'll pay our 1 CP to get the reroll wounds.
One left.
Make sure this guy's coherent.
They're gonna reroll wounds on this guy?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
So we got 2, 4,
Yeah, I don't
6,
know if we
8,
kill the
plus
other
1 for the
guy.
sergeant for 9 attacks.
See what Drazar can do.
Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s with the reroll.
Ugh,
So,
that was terrible! Oh no! Is he not gonna die?
Yep, they're poison. AP1.
No way. Survey says. Ah, we got him. Got him with that AP.
Dice.
point.
Okay.
Sad.
So I want to spend 1 to explode him.
So I think the play here might be to fight on death and try to kill the Rex.
Yeah, 5 CP off 6.
Or you could just sink attacks into Talos. It also makes sense. The downside is that this guy doesn't have the additional attacks. If we fight on death with the other Hyrule, he does get the additional attacks, which is a big deal.
Explosions, fights on deaths, options for days.
Options, yeah.
We get. I mean, you can't auto explode here. We have to take the 15 wound auto explode, right, chat? We gotta save the auto explode for the one that like eviscerates your opponent's army.
CP. The explosion is still like think about the explosion. 4 for the minute.
So the additional attacks from the psychic power take place when you target the psychic power. The additional attacks from the warlord trait happen when that unit is selected to fight.
Okay, you just roll for it though, right? On a 6.
Yeah, I do roll. That's right.
So you never know; it could still happen.
Yeah, I think I might have fought on death here, but you could do both on this one.
Okay, I'm rolling that one.
And this one does get 8 attacks. You could just try to kill Drazar. That might be pretty good.
No, doesn't.
Good efforts. Back to me.
If you kill Drazar here, this trait
and then
is
that
super
was
strong.
these guys, and they don't have a lot of piling to do. They'll handle.
So I think we just blow the 3 CP here, assuming this guy dies. And we auto explode fight on death. You need maybe 3 attacks into Drazar, probably kills him. The rest into maybe the Coven or something, or the court.
The guy, and make 7 sword swings, hitting on 2s.
Doesn't feel as good as fighting a death.
1 black court reroll.
It
Wounding on 6s because he's from 4. Nothing. What a sad boy. And then we'll do the homunculus.
Oh, Archon.
Who has a very strange series of attacks that I really wish they would have streamlined. 1 Ichor Injector from him, hitting on a 2. That does 1 mortal wound. Do you want to save your Feel No Pain till the end, or just do them off the bat?
I'll just do them, I guess.
Sounds good. Cool. Back to me.
So he's at 16.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
and then he
saving would be
has
weird. That gives additional information.
2 swings with his scissor hand, but I think we'll do the rest of his 3 attacks with the scissor hand as well. So hitting on 2s, and poison 4 up, AP 2, damage 1.
5 up, 1 pains.
Great job, 3 damage. You helped. Back to me. Sounds good.
Barcidian, got your Malice Scepter belt.
Drukhari,
Well, that's good.
Master of
I
Blades.
still have to assemble my
Coming over here.
finish assembling my Malice
That's
Scepter.
just measuring. Drukhari. Over there you go. And he'll go ahead and swing. He'll make
Jazzy, what do you
big
got?
attacks. Hitting on 2s, rerolling everything. And strength 6, wounds on 5s with +1 to wound for 4s, rerolling everything. There you go. AP 3. 4 on the 6, but it doesn't really matter. Goes to the invul.
Okay.
Ugh. If
Damage
only that
3
guy was
down
a
to
Purple
2.
Symbol guy, he would.
Take us 8 total damage.
That's going to be a lot. Like, it might be curtains for this Hyrule, which is good because that's better for us. We get to see that sweet 15 mortal wound explosion.
Take 7.
Nice.
7.
And then we'll do probably the racks next. It just depends on who we want to move last. I think the racks will actually want to move last. We'll do the Court of the Archon next. You'll pile in, pile in, pile in. Yeah. Pile in. Do a great job. Pile in. I just have to be chilling. And we got 3 Slith and 4 Urgle. So I'll do the Slith in red, because I got a conveniently similar number of dice. And then the Urgles have 4 attacks each, +2 for charging. 2, 3, 4. Everybody's hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s from the Archon.
Nice.
So these 2s go away.
Nice roll.
And then the Urgles, or the blue dice, are wounding on 6s, and the other guy's wounding on 5s. So these all go away. and then these individual guys go away. Red boys are AP2, and blue boys AP1.
Okay, so 4 ups on the blue and 5 ups on the red. Okay, and then 1 damage.
Damage 1 across the board.
5 ups.
3, puts that guy to 4.
Sounds good.
Should be able to
Pile
deal
in.
with the racks here.
The slip will come over here, wherever actually coherency allows for. Coherency will be the challenge for him. So pretty much nowhere really. And then Drazar will do his second round of fights. He's pretty much already where he wants to be, so he'll just do it. 5 attacks.
Yeah, we'll see if Drazar can get rid of this guy. If Drazar
Hitting on
kills him, then
2s,
lets the
rerolling
racks
everything.
just move by themselves.
And wounding on 4s, rerolling everything.
Ooh, 5 more.
AP
We
bunch.
only need maybe 3 to go through. And 3 do go through.
Right, and then our
Six
Probably
total.
lose this guy here.
damage. 5s.
Ah, he's alive on
Two,
1.
no. Gonna keep making me sweat.
Take that.
I don't know what's happening. It's not. Okay, I took 3.
Sounds good. Over to me. Yep, looks great.
1 left.
All right, racks.
And then these racks will go.
Yeah, I don't know if
and
you need
they
2 units of
will
Hive Guard right
pile
now, chat.
in.
I think Crusher Stampede is
racks-
fine. If you're just planning on playing Crusher Stampede, you certainly don't need 2
That's right.
units of Hive Guard. If you want to play the double Hive Guard list, it's also good.
Secretly the best part of this.
But there's a lot of other lists in Tyranids that are good right now, so I wouldn't feel pressured to get 12 Hive Guard.
Going over here. And I guess going over here. 11.5. Yep, that's great. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 regular racks, and then an Activist.
Okay.
So that's 10 attacks. No, 9. It's not 10. 9 times 2 is 18. I can do math. Off of the regular racks. I already used my reroll strat. 1 wound, I think I could manage, but you never know. So these are the regular racks hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. Making me nervous. AP2 on this guy, AP1 on the other guys.
These are 4 ups.
You could survive here, actually, which would be hilarious. Oh, I'm going through.
5 up on this one.
Does it save on the Catalyst? It does.
Nice.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
and this is the 5.
Does this Hyrule get to fight normally?
I guess
Oh, it
that's what it's
saves!
And then we go to the Activist, who has to do it on his own.
Hilarious.
Hitting on 3s.
Oh, we have still the
And
Electro Whip
wounding
to
on
attack with. We
4s.
haven't done that yet.
They're all AP2 or above.
Okay, 5 ups.
Okay. One
Yeah.
going through from the
There's one.
Electroversive Whip? No way.
Alright.
Nah, we got him.
Well,
Got him
you guys know.
exactly.
What a world. The racks all finish him by 1.
Yeah, so that would have been brutal if he had survived. Not because he would have survived the follow-up combat, but it means that he could shoot into melee with his flamer again. So he could rip most of the rack unit away for freezies, basically, if he ended up surviving. But now I think we spent a bunch of CP and we just beat down a bunch of stuff.
Death, right? Yeah, I
I-
think so. Because you haven't been removed yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
Go for it. So what you gonna do?
I'm gonna put them all into Drazar.
Into Drowsar, you
So
got it.
fight on death, try to kill
He's still hitting
Drowsar.
on 2s here, right? Because he...
This one, no, he goes down to 5s. 5s plus 1 is 4s.
So
So it's
fight on
4
death,
zero,
fight,
1.
fight to a top bracket.
Oh, it's top bracket, that's right, that's right. No, that's right.
So he's got 6 attacks hitting on 2s, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Or no, he has more attacks. He has 8 attacks hitting on 2s.
8 3 on 2, yeah. You're only ones.
So the question is, do I
Sorry,
even
Dreddy.
try to protect Drowsar here with a -1 to hit? And I think you gotta try, so we'll do it.
Also hitting on 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Only ones.
So we did lightning fast Drazar, try to keep him alive.
Yeah, you
Alright.
take 2 out.
Fair enough.
And then moving on 2s. Okay,
Oh, wow.
4 saves.
1 at a time. Boop. Damage.
Okay.
4 becomes 3 for him.
Yes, agree.
And then it's 1. Back to me. Second one. It's
Oh
good
my
there.
gosh.
Third
Not like
one.
this. Ah, we got him.
So I'll have to reroll here. He's dead, and I won't. So he dies.
Yay. Well, now it's only 12 mortal wounds
And
from
my
the auto
guy also
explode.
dies. And my guy explodes on a 6.
Oh, we're gonna roll the explosion. What? Oh, he does
Oh, God.
anyway! Saves
Can't
the
see. Did I roll
CP!
six?
Oh my
Yep,
god.
yeah, you did.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, it's flat 3 to everything around it.
Cool. So the Urgles
I'm getting
take
lag.
2.
Why 1 CP auto
What
explode
is
when
it?
you just know it's gonna
Yeah, I'm just
happen
getting
anyway,
lag, so like
and
I
you're
didn't
gonna
see that
deal
dice come out.
Gotcha.
just
Yeah, it
12
was a
free
6.
mortal wounds to your opponent's
The
army.
Archon just goes down to 2.
Oh my god, chat.
And the Homunculus
I think it's just 3 inches. I'm trying to double check that.
takes 1.
40k is
3
the
inches.
easiest game.
And then the Rax lose 3. 1, 2,
Yeah. Yeah, this Hyrule duel is like, y'all made a mistake coming in here.
and
I
then
went
we
to,
finally
I went to
consolidate.
Taco Bell before the fight. Better not poke me in the
And I
belly.
guess towards the Lictor. Just generally this direction.
Oh yeah, the rack consolidate. Yeah, okay.
Well, that was brutal.
I think that's right.
Yikes. Well, there you go.
They'll just take up that space. That seems good for them. I guess this one consolidates this
It
direction.
is nice that, at least in Crusher Stampede, Tyranids have like multiple answers to Drazhar specifically, because that dude used to
Cool.
like single-handedly table
I guess
Tyranids
this one
armies,
can
but now there's a billion ways to
go.
just kill
Now
it.
it's gonna have to go here.
Which
See how
is-
much further. Cool.
You know, it's a
Still
big
there.
load off.
Well,
But also
That's
dealing an
Crusher
additional
Stampede,
12 mortal
baby.
wounds to your opponent's army,
Okay.
like for free,
those
basically.
are all the fights.
Pretty good.
Don't score Herd the Prey yet. Direct Assault we do score for 3. Nothing yet on Rod. Over to you, my friend.
Okay, so I'm on 10 for primary. Okay.
Yeah, so very good turn out of the Tyranids.
Go +1 for
So the only downside here is that we're gonna be a little bit low on
We'll do a +1
CP for Tyranids, but that's not the end of the world. I think we probably see the Demacron get sunk into probably the yellow Talos
Oh,
unit.
no, hold up. I'm sorry. I owe you a morale on the racks. 3 of
We
them
may
died.
see
Big deal.
OBSEC go down on one of these faster units like the Hive Tyrant,
Yeah, no worries.
and it might go to Objective 2 to knock off, or at least contest Objective 2 and start fighting the racks over there.
+1.
Because that will drop Drukhari down to a 5-point primary turn. And then it's basically the remaining characters, as long as we can get rid of the red racks, which shouldn't be too hard with the incidental shooting and the Hive Guard back here. It's basically going to be like the characters and the remaining Talos unit against probably super buffed Dimacron in the middle of the table. So I think that Alpha Strike plus the ensuing brutality of the Tyranid, the Tyranid death throws there, have put them significantly ahead in the game.
Yeah,
As much as we talked about the Chronos being the least the least important units in the Drukhari army in this matchup specifically, it is still 600 points of your army when they
this guy
die.
and check if he fits in there. Is that
Sure,
cool?
yeah.
Alright.
Were we trying to put the Demacron in between 2 Talos units? Oh man, chat.
See what this would look like. Okay, yeah, looks like he could fit. Alright. Yeah, I'll do a +1 on this.
That feels
RP up here.
very aggressive.
good.
I don't know about that.
Yep, that's great.
Maybe we're going. So we do have. If nothing gets
And reroll
upset,
to
we do
that,
have
right?
CP for reroll wounds into a double fight
Okay, so
on the Dima.
Oh,
So
also,
we
quick
could,
thing,
with
real
the
quick.
additional attacks and the
Another thing I
psychic
forgot
power,
is
assuming we
the
get that
Gem
off.
Blade on the Archon, she has to roll not 1, which he does roll a 1. Sorry, it takes a damn.
Our gun
Oh,
puts
yeah.
him down, self
Sorry
down to
about that.
1
Okay.
with the Gin Blade. Oh my god.
um,
So yeah, I mean, if this Demacron gets the additional attacks and goes in and sinks most of the Talos, remaining Talos,
Rax on the middle right now.
this will be very difficult
What's it?
for the
2, 7 on the middle,
Drukhari.
looks like.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right.
Okay, so let me push the
We'll see what happens.
key.
Oftentimes at this stage of the game, there's still a a casual Drazar left in the middle of the Drukhari army who can come in and sort of anchor the late game. But with him getting killed by the Fight on Death, Drukhari don't necessarily have that important late game piece that they normally do. An Archon and a Homunculus definitely are not. They are no Drazar for sure.
Maybe shoot there.
Wow, that is tight.
I don't think that'll super matter. Just looking at it.
Yeah, I guess it could. It's like it's 0.1 of an inch.
Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, it could matter, but yeah.
We're trying to kill a Talos with coherency right now. Is that what's happening? The wounded Talos is in the middle of the unit. So I think what the players are measuring on right now is if the Talos take enough damage to lose a single model, the center Talos has to be the one that dies. Which means that the other two Talos, unless they get engaged in melee, are going to be out of coherency. And one of them is going to run away. Which is pretty funny. Yeah, so we could even see the Demacron come in and engage only the Talos on the side there. And if that happens, then that's the one that dies, and then the other two would no longer be in melee, so they wouldn't be able to pile and consolidate to get back into coherency. Hilarious. That is the danger of stringing yourself along the wall like that, like Zach did.
This, I think I'll fly over here.
Yeah, popping the 5 Tyrant over here to fight over this back objective. One of the coolest things about Hive Tyrants and Hive Fleet Leviathan is they give Tyranids like such reach. They're such a problem solver to run in and fight over backline objectives. They're fine at fighting tanks if you kit them out to be super smashy, but even just the supporty version coming in with a gun and a decent melee profile and the ability to get obsec can start cleaning.
We'll advance the.
Chad, do we unlock an achievement if the Malanthrope deals mortal wounds to the breaking through?
And then these warriors.
Who else is like hoping we see that over the course of this game?
Need like a 5 damage.
This monster who's like inexplicably strength 4.
I think so.
Oh god. I can reset the state. No.
Yeah, state 1 is the desk. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry about that.
You're on 7.
It must have been a hotkey I was pressing.
The Archon is on 1 wound, chat. I want the Malanthrope to breaking through on the Archon to kill him. Although that's not even like a fun and interesting breaking through. It'd be cooler if it like killed a Talos with it or something, but that feels unlikely.
I guess we'll come.
So I do want to say as well, this is some pretty aggressive play out of Chris. I think the sort of long game plan would have been to move the Hive Tyrant to objective 2 to try to fight over the primary objective scoring. But we're gonna, with this movement, we're gonna be leaving the Drukhari on
Get ready to lick 'em.
all of their objective, or on 2 objectives, again, leave them with 10 points, and we're just trying to kill as much stuff as possible, basically. Which is you know, it's working out so far. But it does open up the possibility of the Tyranid army having a bad turn. And if we end up fluffing on the Talos, which is certainly possible, if unlikely, it can mean that if they swing back and are able to deal enough damage in the swing back, now that we're kind of committed everything to the middle, this is going to be the fight for the game, essentially. And, the Hive Guard notwithstanding, there's really only 3 things in the Tyranid army remaining that deal significant damage. Obviously, the Demacron's the most important one. The supporting Hive Tyrant is good because of its psychic powers, but doesn't do too much damage in melee. And then the Swarm Lord is going to be the sort of anchor to the list. So if this fight doesn't go well, because we're taking such an aggressive play here, if this fight doesn't go well, and the Demacron doesn't trade for the Talos, essentially, this could actually go very poorly for Tyranids.
So Harpy will fly like 16.2 this way. Then fly over that guy and then go back 13.8.
Harpy going in for a bombing run. Gonna deal some sick mortal wounds.
I'll just drop a bomb there. So one dice for that. I think on a 4 up it goes up. Nope, so I just place a Storm Line. Outside of 3 inches of your guys.
You want a bubble or something?
It's like outside of 3 and more than 3, less than 6 of that unit. Yeah, put it over there. Just be annoying.
Sure.
That's movement. Psychic phase. So we'll do Swarm Lord.
What's he doing?
That was a bomb on the court, right?
Yeah, the court. Yeah.
It rolls up to 3 bombs.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. What's that roll I just did? That was the.
I have no idea. I didn't know what you were casting.
A 1 on top of a 1. Oh, that was my smite. I rolled 1 damage for the smite.
Okay. I'll do a Feel No Pain, and then this guy dies. And then what's going on with the Spore Mine?
Yeah, sorry. It should be 2 more. Yeah. So 2 more. 4. So one hits.
That is pretty relevant because it's also going to place additional Spore Mines, which changes the game state.
Can't see what it is.
It's a 4.
It's 4, so that would be 1 damage, and then 1 more Spore Mine drops.
Okay, so 1 more Feel No Pain.
Are the Spore Mines 1 unit, or are they different units?
The core is 1 unit.
Individual.
Individual, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Shoot.
Chat, the High Road was dying just to sort of just regular Drukhari things. For those who, nobody can see me, but I'm waving my hand dismissively. The 2 Talos units killed the one on the top here, and the Court plus a Drazhar double activation plus all the racks killed the other one. The other one did... It fought on death to kill Drazhar, even through lightning fast reactions. It was had additional 2 attacks from the psychic power, so it was swinging 8 times, and did put him directly back into the dirt. But then also, instead of auto-exploding, just elected to regular explode and deal 1 billion more damage to the rest. The Archon also took a damage from his Jin Blade as well, so he put himself down to a single wound after that fight. So despite the fact that both Hyrule died, which to be fair, was the expected outcome, they did do a ridiculous amount of damage to the Drukhari army on their way out.
And then the Hex...
I'm going to pass the timer back to you.
It was on you, sorry. Stormlord will do the 4-pin one. It goes no.
Super yes.
On, I think, also the...
So defense is going up on the Demacron. 4+ invulnerable save and catalyst. Good stuff.
Goes up.
Demacron is out of double move range, so it looks like we're planning on double moving the Tyrant, or maybe Swarmlord himself.
Because I kill 2. An inch of this guy. I have to make sure I don't not let myself fight. So model thing again. So if I can.
Yeah, you can definitely fit there if you want.
Yeah, I'm seeing like who would I have to engage. So I guess. Right.
Seems like a really long charge. I don't know.
Good on the Dima.
Yeah, I mean, we are going for the throat, chat. It does feel like it's the time to get Swarmy going. Especially if you're not worried about Drazar.
Right, that's Psychic, and then we have...
But those Talus are in advance and charge mode, and we have the Animus Vitae still remaining in play. So we could get them to +1 to hit mode as well.
Let's do Lictor into the Rex.
Okay.
Which means a Talus unit could reposition pretty effectively and try to go Dirt Swarmy rather than fight the shields up Dimacron.
Let's go into these racks here.
Okay.
I think I liked the line of play that Chris was considering, though, where he went, he could potentially enable a double fight into the two Talus units
T4 racks, that's right.
Trigger 2 Spine Mods into the racks to try to kill them as well.
There we go.
All right, 6-ups.
And you can use the double fight movement to jump out of
I guess I'll roll them all, and then you can
melee range of the two Talus units, which could mean that
yeah, I don't think it should
they do
matter.
not get to swing back at you.
3 1s, 3 2s, and 3 3s.
So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
You got to do them separate though. Like, you have to make for the 3 damage ones. You have to make 3.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, it is different. Oh
Why don't you do
boy.
Ones first, then the 2s, and then see if there's any left, and then do 3s.
Yeah.
So do
All
like
right.
3
So
ones.
the 1 is good. Then we'll do a 2. He dies. Then we'll do a 3.
Okay.
He dies. This is the worst. And then we'll do a 2.
Okay.
He dies. Then a 1. He dies. And then all the rest are just on that one guy. So, you know, here's a bunch of them. He dies.
So that was Hive Guard, getting rid of the ranks on Objective 2.
Great, we'll do the Harpy into the
Interesting
courts.
they didn't go to ranks on Objective 3, because we don't have Obsec there. I guess maybe the game plan is to
Number
double move
shots.
the Warriors onto the objective? I think that is what we're going to be going for. So that there is objective secured there, and the Dimacrons keep
3
contributing its
shots,
wounds
and then
count.
I give this guy +1.
So we don't even have to kill the red unit of Rax. But leaving them there does open up some lines of play to take the objective, center objective.
Yeah, definitely 2s.
No, doesn't mean. Okay, Hive Tyrant also into the court.
And we're not going to be double moving the Hive Tyrant because it's going to be shooting.
3. Sorry, I guess the Harpy's got its for other things. Which
Oh yeah, it's a mini thing. It's Stinger Solo.
I would have put him into the racks. Do you mind, or if not, I can just put him into.
No, I don't mind. It's fine.
These are these, and then these are
4s, I think.
yeah, they're T5, so 4s.
Yep.
So just one nice one.
6-up. Hey, we did it.
Good. Okay. Yeah, just pass it back to me.
Yep.
And then I did the Hive Tyrant already, I think.
No, you haven't done the Hive Tyrant yet.
Roll 1 and then miss or something.
What?
I thought I rolled a shot and then missed. I think I did that.
Maybe
Yeah.
I missed it.
I didn't. I don't know. I guess I'll do it. Trevi,
Trevi's got a stream open. You can tell us. Trevi?
Alright. Did I shoot with the Hive Tyrant?
I don't think so. I think you went to go declare the Hive Tyrant and then went back and fired the Harpy again instead.
Yeah, sounds good.
One shot on 3s.
That's what I remember.
And then on 2s.
One day.
Okay.
Sounds good. 6-up invul. Nope. Damage.
3.
Flat 3. Sounds great. Boop. 2 damage to this guy and kills him.
Okay. I will double move the Warriors and we'll advance them.
Yeah, so you go. Putting the Warriors on the objective to get that Obsec there.
7 again. Can you make it? Let's see. He's barely on, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Great. Shot. I think we shot everything. In the charge base. So we'll do the Thema into the Talos.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Just tell us.
the Talos, yeah.
Cool. Charge for glory. I think you make it.
I think I gotta be careful here. No, I guess I'm gonna need it for 6 months. He'll come here, and then he'll probably pile in and touch the racks.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good. There's gotta be just a smidge, and you're good. Yeah, sounds great. Yep, you're good. You're fine.
okay, and then the high fire.
We're only going for the one Talos unit. Breaking through.
There.
The what?
Court.
Okay, just the court.
Just court.
Sounds
5.
good.
We'll do it.
Tyranid also has adrenal gland, so he could charge it additional +1.
Base that front guy, I guess. Okay.
Sounds good.
Lictor, I guess we'll go into the racks.
Nice.
Well, he's fine.
We'll do it.
Don't overdo it, Lictor.
Let's face those two. Okay. Face. Start with the Dina. So, yeah, I'll spend 1 CP. Oh, did I roll? I didn't roll my D3 on that actually. Let me see how many extra attacks you got.
Okay.
Three extra.
Nice.
There's 9 attacks. Even 1. 9. Yeah, I go all out. I think I go all out. Try to do it in one swing here. So we're gonna spend 4 CP.
Cool.
Plus, yeah, so it's like 2 for +1 to hit, wound, and damage.
Okay.
1 for exploding 6s. 1 for reroll wounds.
So reroll wounds, exploding 6s to hit, and
Going all
+1 to
in.
hit wound damage.
Hot damn.
Wound
All
damage,
right.
yeah.
Here we
Okay.
go.
So 2s rerolling 1s, 6s explode.
Oh.
2 6s. And then wounding on 2s because of +1.
11
rerolling.
hits.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy.
And then
12? Oh my god, we exploded.
so minus
12?
3. Yeah.
Jeez.
So 6 up saves.
Yeah, these Talos are
Okay.
not long.
And
for this
these are
round.
3 plus 3 minus 1 plus 1. So
So just D3 plus 3 at the end.
3 plus 3, yeah. So that's 10 damage.
Sounds good. Takes, I think that's exactly 7. So I guess
Yes.
that's 6. He explodes
Okay.
and does 1 damage to his friends, and then not you. Am I measuring correctly? No. Yeah. Auto measure. Oh, it's jacked up. That's why.
Sorry, I meant to pile here. Do you mind if I?
Oh, sure.
Later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine with
take
me.
that one mortal
the
wound.
explosion then will hit you.
Got him.
Yeah, I would have done that. Yeah.
Right, so my own Telos is fine, and then my other Telos are
Great
fine.
one.
And then you take 1 wound as well.
Great, how many catalysts?
Just a frankly ridiculous amount of damage for sure.
I do not. All right, I do take it. I don't pass it. I'm at 17.
Cool.
And then we're going on the next guy. So I'll take 2 more of these. That's 6, 10 more.
Sounds good. He survives on 1 wound.
Okay. Here's 6 more.
Sounds good. Now he dies, and then he doesn't explode.
Okay. And then we
Okay,
got 5 on the last guy. 6 plus 20, 26.
Just 26 damage on that last guy, chat.
Oh man, he's about to live. You ready?
I'm excited for
rather not.
25 ups.
He dies. Does he explode? He does explode.
Also blows
He'll do
up.
1 to the racks and 1 to you. I think that's it. Nope.
Now
Yes.
the big brain
Racks.
move here is to pull the rack if he dies, who's in melee with the demand.
Racks. Kill the eye.
Pull the guy.
Am I
that's
feeling no pain?
Do it. Do it.
Yep, I take 1.
So they don't get spine
That's
mod.
good. I suppose we're about to file in anyways, so we'll do that.
Oh no, they're gonna get spine mod.
And then,
Could have.
what are you doing?
Could have denied the spine
I'm
mod.
just killing my rack. That
And you
died.
have a strength test on your rack, so roll 1 dice on a 4 or less. You'll take 6 morals.
4 or less.
Yeah, that's your strength plus mine. Yeah.
Okay.
So you take 6. You take 6. Dang.
Wild.
Oh my god.
So 4 racks die.
Okay.
Kill some racks. 1, 2,
Brutal.
3, 4 racks.
Brutal.
And he
Yeah,
has
could
a
have
5 up
denied
and
that.
roll, or sorry, he has a 5 up feel no pain the rest of the game because
It was
that happened.
a
Yep.
mistake on Zach's part, I think.
Do you want to interrupt with the?
It's pretty easy to
no,
deny the spine
no,
mod,
I'm good.
especially if you're taking damage.
So Hot Turn will go. He's got 4 attacks plus a tail.
But you gotta know it. Yeah, it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Oof.
Everything on 2s.
Well, we are gonna have 1 Talos unit remaining
Remaining on
of
your
the,
T4
of the fight.
33.
Although whether they can deal with a fully tanked
1,
out
so the 6 is
Necron
different
gonna be the
actually. Hold on. 6
Okay.
is -3 flat 3, and then those are -3 D3.
Okay. These guys go through.
Okay, I gotta roll the D3s in right. So 1 is 3. Next is you're feeling pain. Sorry.
Yep,
Next
so
is
first,
yeah.
kills a guy. Next,
Next is just 1.
all right. That guy takes a wound.
Okay. The next one is 3.
All right. That guy takes another wound, and then
Okay,
the
no.
flat 3
3, yeah.
kills a guy.
Okay, and then I got 1 tail attack on 2, and then on 2 again. So 1 and no AP.
All right, 6 up save. I guess it's a 5 up save, but yeah, I guess that's good.
Okay. Let's see. Took the front.
Lictor?
Yeah, Lictor will go. He's got 3 attacks.
Life,
Two.
finds a way.
Thank you for the resub, Dr. Doots. Appreciate it, man.
And then
Thanks for the
strength
support.
6, so freeze. No, so 1 -1, 2 damage.
6 up save. Good to go.
All right. You fight me.
Okay. We'll do these here Urgles. Antlets, I suppose. Move you directly so you can get within 0.1, although I think it's not measuring correctly. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
so we
Archon
have
is
2
alive,
slip 2
Jack.
Urgles.
He's chilling in the middle
We'll
here.
do our
He's barely
slits
alive.
in
He's clinging to life,
red,
but he is alive.
and our Urgles in blue. Hitting on 2s now, rerolling 1s off the Archon. And then you are -1 to wound?
No, I'm not. I don't have that relic.
Okay, you're just T7.
I just see 7, yeah.
So 5s across the board. They're all at least AP1.
Okay, so these are 4s.
Blink, blink.
So down to 6.
Cool. And then over here, is this rack based? Doesn't look like it, but if that was your intent.
He's not base, you can move. That's fine.
Alright, so he'll scooch over here. And right there. And then this wreck is based.
Yeah, that is.
So I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll put one onto the Demon Karen and one onto the Lictor. So Demon Karen. Hitting on, what turn is it? 2, right? Yeah. Totally lost track of where that counter is. Actually, I don't even think it's on this one, but it is turn 2. So hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. For 1 wound, AP1.
On the Lictor?
Nope, this is on the Demon Karen.
I was on the Demon. Okay, so he fails and then 5 up.
Yeah, so I mean we're looking for good
makes
dice, right, on the Drukhari side of the table. We need this one remaining Talos unit to hit the Demacaron and kill it, and then basically tank the rest of the game.
Let's go straight through. So he's at 2.
But
Cool.
if Drukhari just got to take 2 turns in a row,
I guess it's,
it wouldn't be the end of the world. But
Oh, no,
it's not looking great for them right now.
Okay. I guess morale then would be.
Oh, I guess, sure. The court lost a couple of members. They lost. Where are my guys?
The downside that
Two.
is a lot of the sort of backline firepower that Drukhari usually have has been removed.
So 2 of them went down. Their leadership's
Especially with losing Drazar. If there was still a Drazar on the table, you know, I think we would still probably have a game on our hands.
6, they're good. And then
But we're basically putting it all on the shoulders of this Talos unit. We do still have a double fight on the Archon, potentially.
Oh, then there was the explosion.
But he is only strength 4. So it's unlikely he does a
And
ton of
now there are
work
2 left,
for the
so,
Drukhari.
6 died this turn, is that right? Or no?
What do you say?
I was thinking 6 died this turn, but go ahead. I don't know. Okay.
We'll roll and we'll find out if it matters. It doesn't.
Yeah, you're good. That's cool.
Cool.
That's all the morale. Okay, so I stranglehold and direct assault. And I brought down.
Yeah, chat, maybe he lances kill
Yeah.
the Tyrant or something. Tyrant is down to 6. So it's actually not
Okay.
unlikely that he
I'll pick
lances
up
kill
my
the Tyrant.
5.
And then we charge and kill the Dima so we can take
And
the
then
center
we'll
back.
Do something.
The
good.
problem
Something
is
certainly.
these locked
Run around the
objectives that
bathroom real
Tyranids
quick,
have
feel
right
free to
now.
move in advances, whatever.
Okay. Enjoy your bathroom break. Let's go. Move to 8.
So the objective in the back here is or these 2 objectives are locked for
And
Tyranids.
we'll move.
And there's not really much that Drukhari have that are going to contest it since they have to fight in the middle.
And we'll move.
And I don't think they have much remaining to fight over objective 2. I don't think we have anything in reserve.
could
Oh, we do have
advance
1 unit of
directly,
racks in reserve.
But we're just gonna run out of
We kind of need that for
otherwise.
retrieve Octaria's data.
So we'll go ahead and have these guys move around. It'll be old Arcone. Move it
So
over here.
Dima is going to have the 5+ damage ignore, regardless of it. I think it does actually have Catalyst off, but it also has the 5+ damage ignore from its own Spine Maw. It also has the 4+ vulnerable save and an extra 3 attacks
There.
currently.
And then these guys will fall back.
It's as powerful as you can make a Dima.
3,
Its power level's over 9,000, chat.
4. This guy should have no trouble. Back over to here.
I'm back, by the way.
Welcome back.
Yeah, he's juiced up.
And then
For
we'll
sure.
go ahead and have
He's on something illicit.
other guys move, I suppose. So you'll have 3, 4 models here. Theoretically, I'll have 5 or 6.
So are you talking about the middle? The Dima counts as 16.
Yeah, I'm planning ahead for
Sounds good.
when / if I kill the Demon Karen, which does seem unlikely.
Crazy theory. What if the Archon kills itself? That'd be funny. That'd be super funny,
I guess we'll
and
have
I'd
the Archon
laugh.
directly over here.
I think what's going to happen
Maybe
is
they'll
that
charge both directions.
Chris is going to, of course, raw dog an explosion roll on one of these monsters after it dies, and just kill the Archon by accident.
We're gonna give these guys rolling for 2, 3 CP left to do not a lot with.
Maybe that's why this battle's happening, chat, is the Drukhari see this Dima juicing in the locker room.
So yeah, we'll have...
And they're like, I want what he's having. But the Tyranids, you know, jealously protect their steroids.
These bros come out and try and help. They'll advance. They're going 12.
The Dima freakout's flat 3 damage, right?
Charge. Answer is yes. They want to shoot as well. No, it's a waste. So they will just take fallback and charge.
You're spending 1 CP there?
Yep, 1 CP for fallback and charge.
Oh, it is D3. Ah, you're right.
See if I steal it.
Wow, they freak out less good than the Tyranids. That's sad. Sag. But their base is big, so at least it's a pretty broad area.
Over here. Over here. Seems good to me. And then we have some shooting. We'll start with the homunculus. We'll chuck his grenade into the Demon hitting on a 2. Does D3 mortal wounds for...
She's minus 1 to hit, actually, from the Malthrop.
From the Malthrop. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, then I will have to CP reroll. Boop. Cool.
You're trying to get the extra battle rounds? Is that what that?
Yeah, that gives me +1 to hit.
Did we just miss our Animus
And
Vitae?
does D3 mortal wounds?
No.
Very bad. The Archon will shoot the Hive Tyrant with his pistol.
No.
Hits.
So that will not be giving that +1 to hit to the Talos.
And then the Talos will fire their guns.
Yeah, so we have to kill the Hive Tyrant right
the
now.
Hive Tyrant because he's not -1 hit.
No.
Gotta get rid of that dude.
Does have a 4 pinball, I suppose, but they both have a 4 pinball. Yep, so we'll fire all of our guns into the Hive Tyrant. Don't think we have an issue for range. This guy's touching this terrain, and I think they can all see normally. So we'll shoot.
Sounds good.
Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. And winning on 3s. 2 wounds.
Okay. I don't think I have any CP. I failed the first one. And failed the second one. Go ahead and roll.
Cool. First one. 7 damage.
And -1 is 6, which kills him.
Hey,
there's
alright.
no
Well,
clue.
we got rid of the Hive Tyrant.
He does not.
Nah, it doesn't
Back to
freak
me. That's cool.
out. That would have
Something in
been
raid.
a mixed bag.
Alrighty.
That would have been pretty brutal, actually. That would have been
And then
pretty
it's
brutal.
just, can we get the Team of Karen?
Yeah, alright.
Because not much else to shoot.
Yeah,
This
just
guy can
got-
shoot his pistol, obviously.
gotta charge the
There's
Dima
no one
and
else that
murder
is
it.
capable of shooting. So, charge time.
Yeah, get those womp womps in.
We'll put...
Freak out.
Demon Karen has no guns, right?
It's okay. We're saving our 6
No
explosion
guns.
roll for the Dima.
We'll put the homunculus into him. 6. Oh, shoot. I need to bring down my deep tricks. Do you mind if I do that?
Yeah, that's fine. Where do you want?
They're just going in this corner.
That's fine.
Nope, if they can manage to move. Boop. And there's rotting that corner.
Sounds good.
What's he doing? Yep, he's moving his little hop, skip, and jump over here. We'll send in the Talos there to the same Demon Karen. I guess they could charge the Malanthrope, but that's not worth it, so we'll go for just the Demon Karen. Going to 4, which I suspect is enough.
Don't overdo it, Talos. Don't scare us like that, please. That would have been brutal.
Do. And then... yeah, right there. And then we'll send in the Archon to the Demon Karen. Going 9. And we'll send in these 3 guys, the Demon Karen and the Lictor.
Should do it.
And then we'll send in the court
Shade
to
of the
the
Crusades
Harpy.
with the host. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna move these over here so they're out of the way.
Sounds good. They're going 11. Yeah, 11.
These guys are not offset, is that right?
They are not, unfortunately. There's only 4 of them.
If you take me down enough wounds, then you'll steal.
Yep, we'll have to take down a healthy couple of wounds to do it, though.
Could happen.
Cool. And then Archon, I guess, fights last the Demon Karen. Not that it matters. And we do some fighting. So I suppose we start with the Talos. Yeah, we'll do the Talos first. Where are they? Where are they going?
All right. Well, here's
They
where
want
the
to
game
come
is
back
most
over
likely
here,
decided.
Face him.
If we get a good fight out of these
And
Talos,
coming over here.
Drukhari are still in. They're still in play.
And then over here. Just enough to be within 0.5.
They will have killed enough Tyranids that it's
We'll spend 2 CP.
not
get
unreasonable
the
chance
reroll
they can fight their way
and they'll
through.
go to town.
I'm just gonna see if I steal CP. I do get one. Cool.
Is that on the 5 tyrant or on the mountain throw?
It's on the mount rope.
Cool.
Sorry, that's on the. Yeah, it's on the mount rope. Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Acre injectors hitting on 3s. I'm so sad that I missed. First one hits. Second one hits. Third one.
Ooh,
hits.
3 Icar injectors getting through.
D3.
Oh my
Wow, that's
god!
pretty
For
good. 3,
8
6, 70
mortals.
wounds.
It's okay.
Well, that's a good
these are
start.
penalties.
That's what Drukhari needed to get right back in this game. Ooh, ooh, this is exciting.
Oh no.
Oh,
Very
good
good.
catalyst roll.
Six,
Only
very
3
good.
go through. What a roller
Okay,
coaster
and
ride.
then main fists
Oh my god.
hitting on 4s. Wait, it is turn 2, right?
It's turn 2, yeah.
Yeah, I
Solid.
can't even see.
hit roll.
Is there a turn?
I'll figure
tick?
counting.
I guess we kind of know from the primary.
Yeah.
Alright, wounding on 3s, right? For T7.
T7, that's right.
Yep, and then got a reroll. Takes you to the invul there.
All right,
Sorry,
6
yeah.
going through on that 4 up. Let's see how that 4 up does.
These are 4 up invulns, so I take
So,
2 damage each, so 6
got
damage.
a 6 total.
Hmm.
Catalyst. Make
Only
2, so I
4
take
from
4.
the main weapons and the Talos. We do.
Pass it back to me.
Get it down
and
to
then we'll
mid-bracket,
do
right?
The homunculus real quick.
But I don't
He
think
has
that was
his
enough
Icar
damage,
injector.
chat. That
Well,
insane catalyst roll
Icar injector.
helped
Boop,
out
hitting on a
quite a
2.
bit.
1 mortal wound.
Just 1?
Yep, he does 1 on his.
I see. 5 up, which I make.
He's not a huge Talos boy.
It's because he has 2 5-ups. chat.
And then he has
The Demacaron's
his
just averaging the
2
result of 2 of them.
scissor hands,
That's why he's rolling so many.
which hit. And failed a wound. And then he has 3 of his tools, which hit. And these guys wound on 2s. Oh no. 1 wound, no AP.
Make 3 up. Good.
Cool. And then we'll do the Archon. We'll step somewhere. Ooh. Step up over to, no. We'll chill where he is. And smack him. 7 attacks. Hitting on 2s. 1 black card reroll. And wounding on 5s. Well, that's pretty decent. AP a bunch.
Okay. 4 up invulns.
Ooh,
And-
3s on the 2s.
Okay, so these are 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oops. Make 2, so I take 6. So I
Oh.
got 3.
Bottom bracket
And
on the
as
Diva.
always, it's left to the racks, who will throw everything they have at him.
We have 3 racks. 3 racks to get those last 3 wounds through.
This one's less likely, but I hope,
No
I hope,
way.
and I hope that they will.
No.
They'll get all
Yeah.
3.
I think it's unlikely, but yeah, that'd be cool.
They're all these AP ones. I think they're all identical here, so I'll just do them all at the same time.
Oh my god, chat. This is exciting.
Alrighty. Should be 6 off the
Drum roll, please,
Architect
everyone.
and 4 off the other guys. Oop. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s.
Oh, no!
Nope.
CP.
Oh,
CP.
no.
At least one.
So I make it 4 up. I fail 1 damage, 5 up.
Mm-hmm.
I take 1 damage.
Down to 2. Left him on 2.
Okey-dokey. And then it's just the Slith, and they attack the Harpy.
Oh, no.
You have 6 attacks off of the Slith, and 12 off of the Urgles. 2s to hit for them. And then 5s all around, presuming you're not T8.
T6.
AP2 on the reds, AP1 on the blue.
Okay, for all 5 ups. 5 pinballs. Make 2, and then those are 1 each, or?
Yep, 1 each. So
down to 9.
Okay, punch back.
Okay. Let's do the Harpy, which has 3 attacks. With the Scything Wings. Depending on, I think they're 4s, reroll 1s.
Yeah, so we do still have to fight twice
4, so 2 hits.
to
Strength is 6.
see if we can
so
kill that
these-
Demacaron. There is still a CP left in
so
the
one
bank, though, for
wound
Tyranids, and
at
we'll gain 1. I don't believe that
AP2.
we've vected
Sounds
anything
good.
yet.
6 of Invul, good to go.
So we could hive mind imperative the Tyranid warriors to reclaim the center objective if we
the
kill
next
some of
one,
the, or not even if we kill some of the models in there.
MCP
But that will get rid of
is
the Archon,
one,
and although it will also potentially kill the Lictor, which is funny.
um,
I think we have to punch into the Talos with the Dima now, right? Dima, his weapon skill does degrade pretty heavily, but he is +1 to hit, and he gets full rerolls with his claws, and still has an additional 3 attacks from his from the psychic power last turn.
I give it the fight on death.
Yeah, I think we just punch into the Talos and try to get rid of as many as possible. That they are going to be the tough unit to crack in this late game. Now we move to this late game portion of the game now.
So we're gonna get like. Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend 1 to reroll my wounds.
So we're gonna Voracious Appetite instead of saving for
so 9
explosion.
attacks. Yeah, I'm bracketed, so I'm only hitting on. I just go back to 4s. My +1, so 4s rerolling everything. Mondays. Frozen.
Ooh, that was a bad roll. Good thing we get rerolls. Whew. Alright, that's
He can get the High Commander buff?
hot damn.
No, he just has. Demons just always reroll all their hits.
Always roll everything, gotcha.
Yeah, and then rerolling wounds.
Good thing we
from
rolled
CP.
wounds though, because that was a terrible wound roll. Yeah, well, that was a prescient CP spend.
Oh boy.
Getting
Is it
7
the
wounds
Talos?
through on the Talos.
Yeah, the tops, yeah. Sorry, I'll put the tail into the Talos also.
Alright, we fail all of them, so damage.
Yikes. Oh
Okay.
no, Chad. 7 wounds going through on the Talos. 6
Good
up,
guy on 6. Or
invulnerable
5.
state, not doing anything for him.
What do you say?
What's your lowest guy on?
Great question. I think 5. Yep, 5.
And that goes down to 4, so I'll roll the next one too. Because they're -1 damage, right?
They are, but this does, yeah, it does 4, that's right.
So 4 + 3 is 7.
Alright, 7.
First one
He
tanks
takes
it though,
4,
survives on
got
1. The center objective is a passive aura of you get 1 billion 5-up damage ignores.
And the tail first, probably. 4, and then. Oh, yeah, I guess 4 more on that guy. Yep.
Sure, yeah, yep. Does he bounce them all? Nope. Does he explode? Nope.
The explosion here killing the Archon would have been just chef's kiss.
Moves to the next guy. So 3 + 4, 7.
Okie doke. Back to me. Oh, it's already on me. These are 5-ups. takes 6.
This one. 3 more?
Oop, back to me. 3 more, you said?
3 more. The other one.
Alrighty. He does die. Does he explode? Nope.
Okay, and then I think I only have 1 left. So that's 5 down to 4.
Nope.
So
Okay.
it gets 2 Talos.
Sorry, I'm trying to use the clock and it's just lagging.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
the time it takes to try and have the lag go through invalidates kind of the purpose of it. 5 ups, he takes 4.
Okay, and then 1 tail on that guy. On a 4, I guess, also. And he doesn't reroll the tail, so no, nothing there.
Lictor?
Okay. And then you take a strength test on. Let's see. So this objective right now. 3, 2,
I mean, we definitely
3,
hit the Archon with the
3, 4,
spine law, right?
6. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's
Prevent
my
the demon
objective
from
at the
dying.
moment, right?
Because you have 2, 3, 4,
You
5,
gotta hit
6
the
models,
Archon.
and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Okay, and these Rex are not in combat? They didn't charge anything?
They're not. No, they are ineligible to charge.
Okay, so I don't need to kill any of those guys. So we'll do on the Archon. We'll do the morals. So you take a strength. What's his strength actually?
3.
You take a strength test on the Archon. So if you roll a 4 or less, then
CT's
you'll
really
take the 6
chugging around
morals.
today in chat.
Okay.
Oof.
Well, if I can use dice, then there you
It's-
go. Hey, he's good.
Oh, your goodness.
Hey, but he
That's me.
escapes the spine maw. All right, Archon lives to fight another day, unless he
Then
doesn't.
I fight with the Lictor.
Which Jin Blade could still get him. And if he double fights here,
Fight those Rex. 3 attacks.
could kill the Demacron. Demacron could also explode on him.
Use,
Turns out Archon at 1
what's
wound.
their armor
Pretty
save?
fragile thing.
Their armor save? Nothing.
No.
I think of a 6 up base armor save.
Okay, yeah, so it'll be the 2 damage attacks. So 2s. And then these are 3s. So 2 minus 1.
Sounds good. He's
Yeah,
strength
2 damage.
6. Yeah, that sounds good. So 6 of invulns, and then 2 damage onto 1 damage for 5 of feeling pains, 2 die.
Oh, Lictor.
Oh, right, because you're minus 1.
What a
Yeah.
boss.
Okay, warriors are not in combat. I already went with a Harpy. I think that's all my fights, right?
Cool. Did you already go with the Harpy?
Yeah, I think I
Oh, yeah,
just...
he failed. Yeah, he sucked. Cool. End of the fight phase. The Archon will use his fight twice, and try to do something.
Yeah, I think it was
7
already.
attacks.
I think it was already going to be 15 for Nids chat because we didn't put anything else from the even as the game state where it was because we could hive mind imperative with the Tyranid warriors to count them as 2 models apiece. So they would outnumber the 5 racks that were on the objective regardless.
3 damage.
2 or 3 down to 2.
Down 2. Alright, so I gotta make a small thing here.
Hey,
No.
we killed the guy.
Does he explode?
So Dima goes down. Finally. Oh, he doesn't
not.
freak out. Ah, it's sad.
This is 1, 2, 3,
Chat. Chat.
4 models on the point.
We could still see the Balanthrope breakthrough on the Archon, though. As was prophesied in the days of yore.
The Talos, or whatever good it does him. Oh, he has good towards the liquor, I think. About 4 inches. We can go 3.9, be over there.
Mhm.
That's what he'll do. Cool.
So we do have to hive mind imperative now to
That's that. I don't think there's any morales to speak of.
hold the center objective. Sad. Unless his sword kills him. That's true, chat.
Over to you.
We do have to roll the sword.
I score 2 points on Herd the Prey for this table quarter. And
You get 4, right?
The spore mines don't contest Herd the Prey.
oh, okay, that's cool. I was gonna be sad about that, but I think the
Yeah, my Lictor is not quite in that
oh,
quarter.
he's not fully on.
I think so.
All right, so that's good for 4.
Yeah, we also have to.
Frustration is
Do we roll a Gym
4.
Blade yet?
No, we have not. Good point. Jin
Hey,
Blade,
what did you say?
he's good.
Ah, Gin Blade
Because the Archon can do
leaves
another
him
damage
for
to himself.
another day.
What are you talking about? Sorry, what?
You're good, you're good. Did you have morale on any? Was the rack?
These guys lost 2.
That
These
would
guys
have
lost
been-
nothing, so I think they're good.
Fucking wild.
Because this is the Actist, yeah. I think that's what we got.
All right.
Right.
Over to you.
Yeah, he was really he was living on a hope and a prayer there, that Archon.
There you go.
So I hold 2 right now.
Unfortunately, TTS really struggling today.
Spend 1 to get
We did have to... Oh, no! It actually just crashed, in fact. Alright, well. Time for some technical difficulties. Yep, big crash. Sorry, everybody.
Hopefully autosave.
Trevor, are you gonna put it back up? Should we just wait?
Yeah, I just gotta restart it.
Sounds good.
Just listen.
Well, I think we're pretty much wrapped up, but for posterity, I think we might want to finish. I'm not sure.
A little bit more. Yeah, whatever you want.
Will the points matter?
If you want to look at your, I would win the pod, I guess for your,
I don't think it super matters for me because I do need to place well, but I think losing 2 games will pretty much lock it in. I don't imagine I can place very well in the pod with 2 losses.
yeah, up to you. I'm happy to play as long as you like, whatever you want to do.
I mean, is it important to Trevi? Do we have avid viewers? He may be on.
We are a little bit invested.
Oh, we're cooking, gas. Then we should finish. Let's do it then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
the server is back up.
Nice. Yeah, this next turn's pretty much lock it in. I'll pretty much be table by that point.
It is. We're a little bit. A couple minutes beforehand, I think, is when the autosave went down.
Okay.
The Dima, we're just before the Dima going down. Oh no, there's Rack still also.
What was the password again?
Yes, I think I can remove the Dima here. I can remove 2 racks. The Archon piles in to be 3.9 and within, yeah, good enough. And then I think we're all set. I guess the points. Direct Assault for 3, Bird the Prey for 4, Bacterius Data for 4, and then he gets 10 for primary. And it's on his time. Oh, my time is zeroed out. Oh, no, the clock is right.
Do you mind stopping the time for a sec? I'm still loading into it.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to run out of time.
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, that should be fine.
All right, chance.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, you can put it
Here
back
we
on.
come.
Wonderful. There you go. Should be good to go.
All right. Okay. So, and then you just put in my primary for turn 2. Okay. Yeah.
We are back.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think the game is.
I
mean, the Hive Guard still being alive
phase,
is
the rerolls.
pretty brutal for
Drukhari.
But I mean, Hive Guard,
Another
like anything in the Tyranid army, you have the ability to just whiff pretty hardcore. It is probably over, but since we will probably have to Hive Band Imperative to get. I guess we're not Hive Band Imperative. So yeah, we do have some sweet. Breaking through points left. We could also potentially get a psychic power onto the Archon to get rid of him. Maybe that'd be tough actually. I'm looking at it because Swarmlord would have to go around the corner basically. I'm not sure he has the movement to get to here, or like in this corner basically is where he would need to go to hit the Archon and kill him. So we probably need to break through to kill the Archon for sure. But Swarmlord with a double move should probably be able to just double move around, charge the Archon and the Talos, break through, kill the Archon, fight the Talos, and kill it. And the Warriors pick up the racks, and Hive Guard do Hive Guard things, and then I think we're in a good spot. It's mostly GG for Tyranids. But Swarmlord does like to roll 1s a lot of the time, so sometimes he might just die, like not do anything, and die to a Talos. Then the game's wide open again. Who knows? Will the game impact invitational placing? That's a good question. It might, because I think other Zach is pretty high. Yes, so other Zach is currently... other Zach is currently 20th. So he is fighting. If he gets a good placement here, he is fighting for points. Yeah, he has a 5th place that he could replace.
I think okay. So I think
So if he's able to squeak a 2nd out
I
of
think the
this
Harpy
pod,
actually falls back. And these guys can't run out, right?
he could potentially farm another 20 or 30 points.
Okay.
Let's see.
So I'll roll my 3, 4.
Which might put him in the top 16. Yeah, so it does it is very impactful for other Zach.
2 explode and 1 doesn't. So
CMOB is quite a bit lower, although he is going to get probably 30 points
1 each.
if he wins this game.
Okay. 2 Philippines. 1 takes a wound.
And then 1 Swarm Mine drops in.
CMOB currently at 382. If he gets another 30 points, he gets to 410. That will put him probably where Zach is right now. So it's mostly going to matter for Zach. I don't know if CMOB is going to be in the running for top 16, but Zach certainly can be. We also have a couple other events that have not yet been submitted. Basically, the last 4 pods ran kind of in rapid-fire fashion, so those are mostly unsubmitted right now. So we have a couple scores waiting to go in, which will go in at midnight tonight.
Okay, Lictor is still in combat or not?
The Lictor, I believe, is. Yep, I think he is.
Guys will come here. Melon. So just float over here. Swarmlord, number 9, this way.
Drukhari don't have Stranglehold, chat.
If I can smite the Archon, that would be cool. I don't know if that's gonna work though. No, looks like I'll be the Talon. Okay. These guys should be closer if I touch there, I think.
Oh yeah, I think you're right there, chat. Yeah.
I guess these were just.
Zach, you didn't get direct assault last round, right?
Oh, you're right, because it contested it, not controlled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I should have 3. Yeah, I probably should have piled in or consulted with this this Talos so it could get around when the demon camera was there.
Oh, demon was there. Yeah, maybe you could have done it, yeah.
Yeah, the problem, I think the weird part was that there were 2 other Talos there when it was their turn to piling consolidate, which then were killed after they made their piling consolidate move. So I think Zach's hands were a little bit tied.
I think I can.
It was also the Lictor killing the 2 the boys in the middle. That was what swung it.
All right. Movement. Kick. We're gonna do Uniform and Long. So I guess we'll do a smite.
Smite away.
That goes off. Yeah,
Who's this hitting?
The Talus is closest.
Cool.
Invisible, yeah. I'm trying to get the Archon, but unfortunately did not work. So 2.
You got it. 5 ups. Takes 2.
No.
And then next one is the plus D3 attacks. Goes out on himself. And I'll roll the D3 for 2 attacks. 2 extra. Alright. shooting phase. Lictor can shoot in combat, so he'll shoot that Actifist.
That Actifist will stand strong.
Fours. This is probably like the only time I've done this with the Lictor. It's pretty fun. These. Yep, 2 at minus. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. 6 ups. And then 5 ups.
Oh, Lictor! What?
Okay.
What is this guy doing? He's killed like 4 racks so far?
No, it doesn't.
What an absolute chad of a
Hard to
utility
feel bad.
idiot.
I think it's just a hype guard. Just want to kill
Look at him
these
go.
racks.
Good
Here.
boy. He's the goodest boy, Lictor.
So I'll put everything there.
4 racks.
Yeah, Hiveguard nuking
twos.
another rack unit. It is unfortunate that this is Hiveguard's lot in this matchup, but it certainly helps
And then these are those are
that
T4,
they
so
can remove those rack units. But
That's all it wants.
All right.
definitely helps
Sixes.
shore up the matchup if you get rid of that objective secured.
Okay.
One may survive. Damage.
4, good. I'll roll them all. You can split them up however you want. What order you want. So 1 at 1, 1 at 2, 2 at 3.
All right. We got a
Yeah,
3.
Lictors are randomly like
Side.
super good at fighting other people's like
Kills a guy.
utility
Another
units. I think the best I've had a
This
Lictor
guy.
do was in a Tau matchup where he like got stuck into tactical drones and fire warriors and spent the entire
Kills a
game
guy.
murdering
That's the other
people.
part of the 2. And then a 1.
Like if your unit is not good at fighting, a Lictor will absolutely mess you up.
Hang on.
Okay.
Here you go. Rax tanked the
Um,
Hiveguard shot. And we're out of guns, I think, for the most part. The Harpy
One
fell
more
back.
move again.
So those Rax should stick around unless morale goes horribly wrong for them. And that's a big deal. That's another 5 points
So
for
the Archon still has a 2-up save, right?
He still does.
Drukhari.
I don't think he's actually ever rolled a save.
He's just taking a bunch of those.
He's just gin-bladed himself and got exploded on.
Good. Charge phase. So we'll do the Victor into those 2 Activists. Or rats. I'll just move 2 inches there.
I wish you could have 2 Activists. The Activists are bosses.
So I'll engage the Archon.
He's a real boss. It's badass.
Attacks.
Oop, I'm gonna flip the time back over to you.
Yeah, sounds good. I guess they'll just go into these racks here. So let's go 2.
Yeah, the Lictor needs help. Those racks are pretty serious business.
I don't know.
I guess I'll try to put the Malgrove in for those 2 racks also.
Lictor has a
Everything's kill
a
rack.
great swath of Rax this game. I don't know if he needs help.
4. Good.
Malanthrope going in
right?
too.
Sounds good? Yep.
Everybody's
yeah,
coming
you're
to
good.
visit.
And then this one will just go into the Talus.
So not breaking through on the Archon. Chant, does the Archon
Yeah,
survive
do it.
and live to fight another day?
Yeah, 2 up.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
just the Talus. And I think I'll probably pile into the Archon just to tie him up. See, fights. So that should be good. Oh no, then the
He
Warriors.
heroics into you.
And he might heroic into me also. Warriors will go into the Urgle.
You probably don't heroic, right? Yeah. Get attacked and then you die.
9. Probably should have given these guys the +1.
The 9 probably does it. Yep.
I forgot to move my mines up there. Can I
Cheers
try
to another
something?
season of T5S2.
Bioattack with the resub. Thanks. Thanks for supporting. I'm excited for season 5.
just hanging out.
We got some
So
sick new
charge,
maps. I'm very
charge,
excited about the new
charge.
maps. I think they look good.
Pretty good.
Good for heroics.
Do you want a heroic? Yeah.
Breaking
Yeah,
through happens
this guy
first.
cannot. This guy can.
Breaking through happens as
The
soon
Archon
as you
definitely
complete the
wants to.
charge. Heroic intervention
Get some
happens.
damage
at
in
the
there
end
while
of
he
the
still
phase.
can. Okie doke.
Cool. Back to me.
Yeah, that's you. The Archon fights last the Swarm Lord for whatever it's worth.
What's that?
The Archon fights last the Swarm Lord, but we can get some damage on him.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
So then I've got to
I hope
do
this isn't a
stuff
punt,
first.
actually,
We'll do
chat.
warriors
So
up into the Urgles.
Sounds good.
Stormlord could have just killed the Archon. I mean, we could also have killed the Archon with the Malanthrope, which would have been sick. But instead, the Stormlord is going to eat attacks from the Talos and the Archon. And while it's unlikely, there's a universe where Stormlord just like gets bracketed and doesn't kill this Talos or whatever.
That's right.
Alright, so that many. No AP.
Yeah, we should have broken through there.
So I guess I should have separated them, but they all fell anyways. And then damage 1, right?
Yeah, 1 damage.
All right, feeling pains. So 3, 4, 5 go in. I think one of them is wounded, so that'll kill 2. Yeah, I actually want to kill this guy.
Damn.
Yep.
We'll just file in.
Warriors.
I'll base those 2 guys.
Actually getting
Sounds good.
kills on Urgles. Good for them.
Okay, so then the warriors into those 2 racks. That's 12 attacks, 2 0 ones. And then your T5 or 4?
They are T4 because they are actually just outside the range.
Okay, so these are 4s then. So 7.
All right, 6s, and then 5s.
Oh, exactly
but they give
kills
it
the
their best
wrench in the
shot.
center. Woof.
The Malanthrope now has a reroll 1 to wound aura of 6 inches.
Cool.
Does it happen right now?
Got that cool
at the end of the phase, so it doesn't work yet.
what is it called? Prey adaption? Sure.
Victor, I'll just stay there, it's fine. And then you can fight the Swarmlord, right?
After units destroyed.
Get that Swarmlord! Seems unlikely we're going to kill him, but we'll try.
You do all your attacks and then I fight with Swarmlord.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Archon! Do you want to pile in anywhere special? Sure. Pile in is 3, just 2 rather. Oops. And then is 1. 7 attacks. Go! Hitting on 2s. 1 black card reroll. Winning on 5s. Do your T7.
I actually, well,
AP a whole bunch.
the Archon will fight, and then the Swarmlord will be chosen to fight afterwards, right?
Damage 3.
Alright.
Is this?
2.
I think you attack with the Talos first. I guess it doesn't really
And
matter.
then he'll consolidate.
The Swarmlord almost automatically kills the Archon in the swingback, because even if he Shadow Fields
And
an
over
attack,
here.
as long as the Swarmlord got 1 wound
I guess
on
base
him,
him.
you can implant him to kill him.
Yeah.
And then the Talos will go and pile it over here.
I think the Swarmlord
And we
fights
got
next.
a Nicker Injector. Hitting on a 2. D3 mortal wounds for 1 mortal wound. And 3 fists. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s.
Well, it might not matter.
And we got 1 save.
Yeah, the Swarmlord would fight.
Oh, 3 damage
Yeah,
on
he would.
2.
He would fight before the
Yeah,
Talos,
so
but
that's 10.
he took 2.
And then you get
so
to fight back.
ended up not mattering.
Okay.
Womp.
Do you want to do your Urgles actually? I think they go before me, right?
Oh, I guess that's true. 2 Slith. We got a pile in. Boop. And then we got 6 attacks. That's way too many. 6. Hitting on 2s. And strength 5 wounds on 3s. AP2.
2, okay. 5 of emblems. 3, so 1 dice.
Whack 1 guy.
Alright. Swarmlord goes and.
Yeah, I think the game plan is to put the tail
You
and one
could- you
sword
can call
in the
that
Archon
charge
and everything else in the
for-
Talos.
For a CP, yeah. 1 sippy.
And then you just
This guy could come here.
plan to implant the Archon.
No, yeah, it'd be fun.
We'll see if that happens. Since you can still implant attack even if the Archon made his invulnerable save, as long as he was successfully wounded by the attack. he would take a mortal wound on a 2+. He does a lot of 2+s to roll. You gotta roll 2+ to hit, 2+ to wound, and then a 2+ to deal a mortal wound. But if you allocate 2 or 3 of them, it should do it.
So I have 1 through, you're sitting on 6s. We'll put 4 into the Talos and then 2+ a tail into the Archon.
That seems
Sounds good.
See if I can.
Swarmlord can also deal mortal wounds on wound rolls of 6. He is rerolling his ones to wound, right? Maybe not, actually. That guy's pretty far away. So there is a chance he also just mortal wounds the Archon with his regular attack, too.
I think it was 2.
Perfect. So I have 8, actually. So we'll do 5, 5, 3, 5, 3 in a tail. So 5 into Talos, 3 in a tail into Archon.
Sounds good.
So here's the 5 into the Talos.
Oof, it's got the extra attacks from the power.
Yikes!
Yikes! Swarmlord, what a boss in Crusher Stampede. Only 2 wounds though.
Just 2.
Okay, 6 up involves.
Flat 3 each.
So down to 2 each for 4. Gets
Now
some.
gets the Talos.
And does he boom boom? No, he just kills over.
All right, Archon.
Into the Archon.
Just have him roll a bunch at once. Nope, not a good win so far.
So 2.
All right, 2 up saves.
Oh, and he just fails his regular save.
Down in his prime.
Cool.
And we know, chat, if we had slow rolled out the Shadowfields, that one would have been the first one. Because that dude always dies to the first. Unfortunate. Well, we did not live in the darkest timeline, I guess, where the Swarmlord accidentally dies. Where the Swarmlord accidentally dies to the Archon, or to the Talos, and the Drukhari are back in the game. Certainly had some chances to come back, but it was so highly unlikely that it would have been. I mean, stranger things have happened in games with 40k, but we probably would have had to play this game a couple dozen times before that situation arose.
Back to me, and his 3 tools. Dealing on 2s, wounding on 2s, no AP.
Peace. After 1 damage.
1.
1, so down to 8.
And then he will consolidate.
So now we have to hope that the those last racks in the objective up there don't flee for the Drukhari, and we'll still give them an opportunity to
I guess you have morale, I think, on the 2 racks.
Score out 10 primary.
Yeah, a 6 will fail.
And then I think it's mostly over, since we are down to...
The Urgal team lost 2 guys, so there we should 7, so 6 will fail over there. Same as well.
For Drukhari.
They do fail.
Oh,
One
no.
runs, and the final one...
A Slith runs away. It's sad.
And that's it.
Cool. So I got my Stranglehold, and then... Yeah,
So how many points could we get for Drukhari here? I don't know if there's any more
13?
points available.
Oakley dokley. We'll get our 10
Not in a
primary
good place
somehow.
to get engaged on fronts. Maybe
and there's not much else to do.
the Slith are engaged, so there's no way they can...
but I feel good about calling it at this stage, because I don't think there's much left to do. Points-wise, can't rot anywhere. Herd the Prey will score 2, regardless of what I do. And Direct Assault I can no longer achieve. I suppose I could try and run these racks in and charge something inconsequential. Cool.
Yeah.
They'll advance. Boop. We're on only 8, so I guess we'll spend 1 CP and reroll their advance.
Okay.
7. No, they're on only 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 inches.
Do I steal your CP? I do.
These racks in the corner have nothing special they can do. I suppose the homunculus just falls back.
Yeah, I think we're looking for a charge on the Tyranids.
And then
to try to get that last
there's
direct
no shooting to be done. No psychicking. Let's charge the Lictor for these guys.
Well, that's not going to help. Stormlord's 8
The
models.
Stormlord counts for 8 models, so this actually can't work.
Yeah.
He does. Oh, yeah.
You have
that's
to
right.
one round
yeah,
the warrior.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, so there's no progress.
It's fine.
Yep, there are no more points to be scored. I grab 2 points on Hurt the
I think you
Prey.
have to spend the CP to
wrap
fall
up
back
my
and charge at
turn.
the homunculus, and then
Send it
charge
back
both of them
to
into the warriors and
you,
kill all the warriors.
And we can do your turn if you like,
Score
but
the additional.
I presume it will mostly resolve me dying.
Yeah.
Because I'll be tabled here for sure.
That's fine. Yeah, if you want to.
Well, there you
I'm
go,
thinking I'm good to
chat.
call it there if you are.
Yeah, sounds good.
Tyranids with the win. If anybody has any
Cool.
questions
Well,
to the
thanks for
players, go ahead and
playing.
throw them in the
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a good game. I think
in the
getting
chat.
first was big. Being able
Yeah,
to,
first turn's really big for sure in this matchup.
Yeah.
I played one game against Crusher Stampede with this list and instantly needed to change it. The Chronos are just cinder blocks tied to the ankles. They do nothing.
Right. Yeah, because they don't do anything in melee, and then they do a little bit in shooting, but not that much.
Yeah, I think they average like 4 or 5 damage, and then they die in one hit. To I think that's 260 points.
Right.
So.
Yeah, the -1 damage hurts them a lot, for sure.
Yeah, and they account for over 25% of the list. So I gotta get rid of them. They're a big problem. Although interestingly, I think like player game skill wise, thinking about the different pathways here. I'm wondering if pulling Drazar out and having him go and fight and kill that Hyrule is the way to go. Because you can save him for later.
Say it again?
I'm wondering if saving Drazar for later is the way to go.
Right, so you don't kill the but leave him back there? Or
yeah, you just have to leave him. He just physically walks over here and does nothing and sets himself up so the Demon Karen can't charge him.
Yeah.
You don't kill the Hyrule, but you can just swamp him in a bunch of bodies.
Yeah, he would get to flame and stuff, but he would have lived.
Yeah, because that's what makes the.
If my plan was actually to try to mortal, I was just gonna try to do the mortal wound strat, send my Hive Tyrant into Drazar.
Mm-hmm.
If that was possible, but yeah, if you had moved him over, you probably could have moved him over and
Yeah, I think he just enjoys a cushion of racks or somewhere that he can hide.
Yeah.
But yeah, the normally you rely on Drazar to do your big damage, but
yeah.
There's just anything he kills will just kill him back instantly. And not using him often gets him charged and he dies instantly before he gets to fight, which is tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I wasn't sure if you were gonna put everything on the line or kind of play back a little more. I guess I'm kind of curious what would have happened. I guess I would have taken the middle, if you kind of put everything back here and back here.
So that it can't be charged turn 1.
Yeah, if you could probably make it even hard for me to get a Dema in there turn 1. I guess I could redeploy. Yeah, you could probably
the Demon Karen, I think its actual charge range might be the whole deployment zone. It's something around 40 or so inches, but.
Yeah. So he can go 24 plus 2d6 and then charge. So it'd be 31 and then charge on average. Yeah. So yeah. I guess depending on.
So around 30.
I guess I probably would have been more. I probably just would have thrown the Lictor in the middle and then held the big stuff back if you did that.
Yeah, I think so. And there maybe there's a good reason to do that, but the Hive Guard will kill me eventually.
Oh yeah, they're pretty bad into the big stuff, but they'll just pick out the racks and.
They have the racks. Pick up the Chronos. They do great in the Chronos.
Yeah, I think they kill one Chronos a turn or something. It's not that great, but it's.
I think it depends on how much love they get, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But also, I gotta get to those side objectives, and that requires running into hero duels. So maybe there's you play it further back and try and reach out, but the list isn't quite fast enough to make it that far. From here, you can probably do it, I guess.
Too fast. Yeah, the Harpy was super nice just to be able to fly over and park there, and then to count as 12 wounds.
The Harpy's great. I've seen people do it with Molochs. I think the Harpy's better, but
they can pop in, but they can't do it turn 1, right? So Harpy turn 1 would be able to.
And they also don't do anything after that; they just exist. But versus the Harpy does something.
Yeah, Harpy didn't really do anything either, but
no, a couple of damage. Killed the Chronos.
He killed a.
Yeah. So would you have played more passively? You think?
If you deployed back.
Would you have done that? Would you be thinking that's the better thing to do?
Saying if I were you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't play Drukhari at all. So yeah, I mean, like if you got turn 1, I would have redeployed. Maybe maybe would have pulled my front higher duel back or something.
Mhm.
Maybe pulled them both back. Yeah, probably just pulled the front one back. Then you probably would have thrown something cheap in the middle, and then I guess like
I would have
was
gone
always-
everything into the middle.
we got everything right away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I would put everything in the middle, and as much as possible, just a line of Chronos here and a line of Chronos there. Just
Yeah.
and then
We'll see that.
just make it so that only the Chronos can be charged. They're absolutely worthless. They do nothing. They're just there to absorb the first charge and then go from there.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, I guess yeah. As you said, they're an expensive unit to just be absorbing a charge, but I think in this matchup, that's kind of what they do.
It's tough, yeah. I mean, maybe I'm overly pessimistic about them, but
Yeah.
they're great
I
in
think,
Marines,
yeah,
right, and stuff like that. But
yeah, I think this NID list has a pretty good matchup into this Drukhari list.
yeah, well, I mean, the high damage is really, really good. Not a lot of things can go, into 3 Talos and be like, yeah, I pick them all up, and I'm not even remotely close. The last one does like 30 damage.
Yeah, right. It's like 20 something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Dima and the 2 higher goals, those are like how I can kill your things, and then I was able to 3 of your 4 big units. I was able to kill one with each of these, and that was kind of enough to. It's 1.5 with the Dima, right? You killed one, and then got the swing back on the Talos when you charge me.
Yeah, ideally you can kill Edema, but missing with the grenade really, really hurt. -1 to hit, it's good. I've seen people running the no, this is the Malanthrope. That one's the Maliceptor.
Yeah, Maliceptor, yeah.
For -1 strength, but it seems much worse than just flat -1 to hit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's 2 CP to get the -1 strength aura, and you have to do it at the beginning of the turn, the opponent's turn. So that's I mean I also have access to transhuman now, so like if there's like a high strength shooting or something, I try to target one thing, I can transhuman it.
There's so many stratagems.
So many strats, yeah. So I kind of feel like with the Maliceptor, like the 2 CP there.
I don't think it's worth it. Like your CP is so valuable. You get so much damage out of your CP.
Yeah, there might be spots where it is, but I don't. Yeah, I mean the Maliceptor also has a cool synaptic link, which is reroll damage.
Yeah.
So like throwing that on Hive Guard is pretty cool. Also need to have the rerolls on the Hive Guard, or else they're just hitting on 3s without the hit support. But so they would have not the +1 to hit, but they have reroll damage. That can be kind of cool, but I'm not super. The Maliceptor is kind of like utility in a lot of different ways. Like it also has 2 casts and +1 to cast, so it's like a reliable caster. And it's just like a big bulky dude who kind of hard to kill for with Nimble.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like good, but
I think in my opinion anyway, the big benefit of the Maliceptor is it's a elite slot, not an HQ slot. So it gets you you an extra caster without taking up a Hive Tyrant space.
The one thing about this list I'm running is it's pretty light on the caster, like on the smites.
Yeah.
I just have the Stormlord and the Hive Tyrant, which was okay here. I guess I've just played the 4 games from this pod with the list, so I haven't had a game where I felt like I really needed more smites, but it's nice to have more than 2.
Yeah, it helps sometimes. It depends on the matchup for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It especially helps you dig out Hive Guard, but this is a list that.
Yeah, exactly. Like when Hive Guard gets touched, that's when you really need the smites.
Yeah. But people don't because the Crusher Stampede tends to be so aggressive.
Yeah.
You're worried a lot less about Hive Guard getting touched because people don't want to come into you because you do so much damage.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world if someone touches them. It's not good, but you can often just melee that person and kill them.
Right. Yeah, against the Harridan, which was my last game, the Harridan just killed all the Hive Guard turn 1, and it was fine. Yeah, just because I kind of won the ground game. I like killed all the big things for like on the ground.
Yeah, especially if the Harridan has to take a turn killing the Hive Guard. Like, it wants to
Yeah,
be...
I could put both of its guns in the Hive Guard, which I'm okay with, yeah.
Yeah, especially because you have the Malanthrope for the -1 to hit, so it has to, like, overcommit, because it could just spike really low.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then it's, yeah.
I didn't even spend the... I didn't do the transhuman in that case. I think I probably would have if it, you know...
If it was
targeted
one gun,
one.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts, Revi? Anything that you would do differently?
I do think that deploying more conservatively could have helped potentially, especially since if you go second and the Tyranids play aggressively at all, then you have an Animus Vitae early to get like back into the middle of the table, so you can advance and charge and the stuff that's in the middle. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe that could have helped for sure. I do think it is a super tough matchup for Drukhari. It's it's sort of been a big 180 on the that matchup, because I mean Drukhari used to be super tough for Tyranids, but much better now.
Yeah, feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good advice to think about. Trying to be more conservative. The upgraded or the changed list just basically just like turns the slider down on Chronos and turns the slider up on Rax, which I feel like really helps. But I guess there's no reason why you can't be conservative with that as well. I really like the Hive Guard in the Crusher Stampede list. I don't know why I don't see it more often. I feel like they add a really important element that puts a clock on people and also really helps your objective play, which I know sounds counterintuitive, but being able to pick people off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I got unlucky not picking them off, but the turn before they were able to pick someone off.
Yeah,
which was nice.
Do people not run Hive Guard in Crusher Stampede lists?
No, this is the first. I've seen 5 different Crusher Stampede lists, and this is the first one to run Hive Guard.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think they're still good for sure. They get that 5-up invuln too, which isn't bad.
Yeah, I think that like the theory is that like if you're running the Harridan, you probably don't have the amount of points to spend on more shooting stuff. And if you're not running the Harridan, the other lists I've seen tend to run the Malice Scepter, and then just as many T8 bodies as they physically can, just more higher duels, and
yeah, that's true.
You know, maybe one Doom Karen.
I think if I ran a Harridan, I probably would have the Hive Guard.
Really, you run them both?
No, I haven't tried the Harridan yet with the new. I played it one pod before the Crusher Stampede came out, but
he's good.
I think with Harridan, you want to have like nothing able to be targeted except the Harridan. So you like hide stuff, and then Harridan in the middle with like a 4-up invuln and a catalyst and -1 damage, and like
yeah, it's a tough list to build because the Harridan already like is so light on the ground, and then not being able to take the one wounders really really hampers it.
Yeah.
Trevi, are you still playing Harridan with the Crusher Stampede?
I'm actually outside of challenges, I'm actually 0 games in with a Crusher Stampede Harridan. I have not been able to build that list in a way that's satisfactory to me yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's difficult, and I don't know if I'm just crutching on Gene Stealers like too hard with Harridan, but
yeah, no, Gene Stealers are good.
Yeah,
and a nice counterpunch and obsec.
Yeah.
So you're still thinking Harridan with like traditional Leviathan, Gaunt Swarm, and Gene Stealers?
Well, definitely not Gaunts, but certainly Gene Stealers.
Really? Have we gone so far? Have we abandoned the 30 Devil Gaunts?
No, I was never in on 30 Devil Gaunts. I think it's not very good.
Oh, it's so good. It just evaporates things.
So you think that because you play Drukhari, and it's super good against Drukhari, and it's actively bad in every other matchup. It's like it's one of those incredible units that makes your list worse.
That's so funny.
Yeah. The one pod I played with the 30 Devil Gaunts I didn't do. That was, I think, the worst I've done.
Yeah, you just hit, just like some random dude who's playing Telamon Dreadnoughts, and you're like, cool. Here's like 500 points in my army that does nothing. It's like the Chronos
Yeah.
matchup. You know, they're just like, you're a
Yeah.
screen today, I guess. Go contest an objective for 1 turn and then die.
They had like one amazing game where they hit in the back, and then like I was playing orcs, and they sent in like 2 planes, and they just shot down both planes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. They're good against
uh,
orcs. They're good against Drukhari for sure.
Yeah.
Anything
Get
that's
them
like
boys
aggressive.
and just pew, 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 they just
Yeah.
die.
But it's also
Um,
it's like terrain
hard getting
dependent,
them
and
in-
That's
if they
true.
get engaged, it's like the end of the world, and it's like you have to baby them so hard. You kind of it's a unit that kind of it requires your opponent to like cooperate with you in order to make them really good. And you know, some people they also want to win the game for some reason, and
That doesn't sound right to me.
you know, it's a pretty win at all cost mentality, right? Like, you know, like, oh, 40k is a zero-sum game. I don't want to be tabled by Devourer Termagant, so I'm going to do anything about it, which is just not the right way to approach a game of 40k. You
Yeah.
should come in wanting to give your opponent an easy win.
Yeah, I think that's the polite thing to do, at any rate.
Yeah. So you should just move all of your low save models to the middle of the table and not make any ranged attacks at a T3 6-up armor save unit.
on a map like this, I guess you'd probably want them like in this corner or something, and then they can pop out.
Yeah, but then you have to like
Try
your
to,
opponent
like,
has to like be in like a position where they're not like here, right? Because then you can't get in range enough, and they also have to not be fast enough to just go in and touch you through the wall. So then you have to be farther back, which means half the unit, because they're so big, half the unit doesn't cross the wall when they go to shoot, so they get stuck.
exactly,
And
Yeah,
then
I
if
guess
they go
with, like-
around, then they only shoot 18, so they only shoot to here. So you
Yeah.
get to shoot with like 8 models. It's
Yeah. With a redeploy, I guess it like that helps. Like
Yeah.
you could like one up here.
Yeah, the redeploy is clutch.
over here. And then,
yeah, with the redeploy, it is good. But
You don't
again,
have
it's like you said, they go to here, and like maybe like you crack in advance, they get up to here, and then they can shoot to your opponent's objective.
what-
So all they do
whatever
is they deploy behind this wall, and you don't do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like if you're not playing Drukhari and your game plan isn't to run 100 wounds with the models in the middle of the table and get shot by Devour Termagants, then they're not very good.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that was sweet. Thanks for playing, everyone.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Your scores are in.
Wonderful.
Chris, congratulations on
Yeah,
winning the
congratulations.
last game of season 4 T5S2.
Ooh.
Off to we have 21 minutes left in the season, so off to season 5 now.
You really got it in.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks for the game.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good one.
Sure. Yeah. Have a
You
good
also.
day.
All right, chat. That's it. It's gonna be a wrap for T5S2 season 2 or season 4. Excuse me, not season 2. We have. Let's see. We have 3 events who have yet to be submitted, I think. But we can submit Pod 27. We can watch the standings change live here, chat, as we ramp up the season. So here's our current top 16. Go ahead and plug in Pod 27. In a bit after the system goes through. Here we go. Okay. Give it a refresh. So Pod 27 puts Devin up to 3rd. Very nice. Looks like we're going to call the last game in this one. So we can submit this score as well. So 30 also submitted. Oh, we put Zach at 17th. Oh, no. Heartbreaker. I don't know if Zach is in any of these other events that have not yet been submitted. No, it doesn't look like it. So I think, unfortunately, it looks like Zach will miss out on that top by just a little bit. This event gave him a 92. He's currently missing out top 16 by 11 points, yeah. So he probably would have had to win that one. He ended up 4th. Yeah, I think he'd have to come 2nd in this one in order to get it. Womp womp. All right. I think we can probably call the last ones here. Yeah, okay. So it looks like pod 28 is going to get called as well. We can go ahead and submit that one while we're here. Very exciting. Now everybody's probably super pumped about the data entry show that we have going on right now. So let's see how that one does. Okay. So 28 is submitted. So like that puts Devin on his 4th pod win. He's just in at that easy 520 with 4 wins. Look at him go. Congratulations, Devin, with a bunch of wins. He's been really, really pushing it this year. Oh, but that does put Zach up a little bit. Where did that come from? Interesting. Somebody get kicked down from that? That's weird. We'll have to take a look at that. And then the last one is going to be pod 29. We're just going to go ahead and close this one out. That is an EU pod, so that should have finished a couple hours ago. So sorry, everybody, who didn't submit your results. I'll end that one out, and I'll go ahead and do a double check of these afterwards. But these after these get submitted should be your top 16 or very close to it. Okay, so pod 29 also submitted. And that is with Oriole at the top, but I think Oriole only had a couple. Yeah, he only had the 1 score actually submitted. So that will not put him at the top. Indicus with a 2nd place score. Indicus did play a lot this season, but only the 1 2nd place score to put him at 27th. And Toothwire, actually, up at 16 now. Yeah, Zach back down to 18. Okay, yeah. Don't know what that score was, but that does put Toothwire in top 16. Congratulations, Toothwire. Woo! hopefully he is able to participate. That'd be cool. You know, Toothfire has been a long-time tournament grinder. Yeah, a little hiccup there. Agent X disappeared? Yeah, there it goes. Dudes at 17 now? Oh no, Dr. Dudes! Rip. Yeah, so what we'll go through and do is make sure... we'll just double check the scores to make sure there's no glitches. I think this should be your top 16, though. We will see if everyone accepts their invites, dude. So there is still hope for Dudes and Zach. Max Gwiss as well. I know Max, I was told through the grapevine, Max actually dropped a couple of events with an undefeated record because he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to participate in the Invitational, which is too bad because I think he did do very well. He won the November GT. Congratulations to him. And I know had some very good placements towards the end of the season. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, this should be our top 16. I'll go ahead and do a verification to make sure that there's nobody's disappearing. And we will go ahead and put some invites out later tonight. So if you are top 16, expect an invite. Thanks, everybody. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I will be live tomorrow, normal time. We're going to be doing some list challenges, I think. See if anybody's on Warhammer right now. How about Skelby? Skelby. We'll go hang out with Skelby. And for those who haven't yet, remember to check out the maps that have started to get posted in... oh, no. Doesn't look like I can raid, actually. Twitch, why? Why are you like this? Go ahead and check the maps out. They're in the Discord, the T5S2 general Discord. Yep, I can't raid. Sag. If you have any feedback on them, then I would be happy to hear it. As we move closer to Season 5 events going live, we should be about... I don't have a hard date for the launch of Season 5. I would expect it to be at least a week before I will start launching Season 5 events, but it shouldn't be as long as previous seasons because we have sort of extended the range of the Invitational this season just to dodge LVO and some other tournaments that are happening. Anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers.